97.3.
All right. Stand still. Clap.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Stand still. Watch him turn it. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But we serve a God who does much more than we could ever imagine. Whatever happened is working. He's turning it around right now.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Watch him turn it. You got it now, church. Say, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But we serve a God who does much more than we could ever imagine. Whatever happened is working. He's turning it around right now. You are God enough to take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it. You're God enough to take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it. You're God enough to take what the enemy meant for evil. Y'all be careful. And turn it for my good. Watch him turn it. Yeah. Watch him turn it for my good. Watch him turn it. Watch him turn it for my good. You gotta stand still. Stand still. Watch him turn it for my good. Stand still. Stand still. Watch him turn it for my good. All right. Stand still. Watch him turn it. Say, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But we serve a God who does much more than we could ever imagine. Whatever happened is working. He's turning it around. I need to hear you. You are
Citi
God
97.3.
take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it. You're God enough to take what the enemy meant for evil. Y'all sound good, man. And turn it. You are God enough to take what the enemy meant for evil. Hold on. And turn it for my good. Watch him turn it. Yeah. Watch him turn it for my good. Watch him turn it. Watch him turn it for my good. Stand still. Stand still. Watch him turn it for my good. Stand still. Stand still. Watch him clap your hands. Part we sing at Forward City is this. He's turning it around. It's working for my good. That's your part. That's your part. He's turning it around. Oh, it's working for my I need to see you turning up top. Say. He's turning it around. Working for my good. It's working for my good. Every lie that was told. He's turning it around. Every weapon that fought. It's working for my good. Do it like we in South Carolina. Say. He's turning it around. Turning it. He's turning it around. It's working for my good. It's working for my good. Working for my good. It's working for my good. Oh, hey. He's turning it around. Turning it up.
6:33.
It's working for my good.
Watch him turn it around. Forward City and Travis Green. The key to this song is the bridge. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to City. Welcome to 973. It's a great turnaround song.
Working for my good.
Crisis always occurs at the curve of transformation. When something great is about to happen, when you're due for a promotion, crisis can emerge. How you interpret it determines how you respond to it. Sometimes it's the portent of a brighter tomorrow. So go through it. And the kind of mindset you have. Because in a crisis, everything becomes smaller. Because you think everything is about you. When you are being persecuted, everything people say sounds bigger. Every newspaper headline seems intimidating. Every no seems like a big rejection. So the key thing is to keep your mind on the process that is ahead. Look beyond the circumstance. How you tune your mind. Because things become distorted when you are in a crisis situation. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the goal. Go through it. It says when you walk through the fire and when you go through the waters, they will not overrun you. They are not meant for you to stay. You must keep moving. Keep moving. No matter the fire, no matter the water, no matter the criticism, keep moving. You're not meant to stay in the fire. You're to go through it. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the goal. Don't focus on what you're going through. Focus on where you're going to. Don't focus on what you're going through. Focus on where you're going to. You're writing an exam and things are tough. Think of the graduation and the glory that's ahead. Helps you go through dark places. This is Business Sense. It's brought to you by ADB. Oh, they've turned many businesses around. Last Friday was a Farmers' Day. Call them for a loan that will turn around your business. It has a better interest rate, a longer tenor, favorable for your business growth and expansion. Call them on 0302-210-210. I feel like saying ADB, turning businesses around for our good. Turning Agric around. Truly Agric and more. 6:36 newspaper review coming up shortly. Total Energies is asking, why wait for December when you can bring Christmas to you early? Our holiday spirit is off from now till next year, 31st January. Pass by any of our major service stations, change your engine oil and get free elite car wash. We're talking Tesano, Liberation Road, Dakuman, Link Road, Sakumano, Farah Avenue, Oxford Street, Community 1 Stadium, and Apremdo. Follow us on Total Energies GH, Facebook, X, Instagram. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, the classic cola flavor of Piva is perfectly fit anytime. You want a fruity adventure? Think of the delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with citrus flavor. You want something exotic? Our cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. Banana, banana. All right. Call Piva on 0550-032-231. I love it because it's made in Ghana. It doesn't give your children that are necessary. You know, there's something called stupid kappa. It doesn't give them that stupid kappa. Charlie, something that you give your children, they'll jump around.
The sugar rush.
My brother. Yeah. It doesn't give them that. I call it stupid kappa.
The sugar rush.
I tell you. All right. Well, it's a Monday morning. It's a clean slate. We can decide what to do.
Yeah,
you
man.
help us co-create the show.
Yeah,
Send me a
man.
voice note. What's big on your mind? Today is what? 11th, 11/24.
Yeah.
So essentially, we have how many weeks in November left? I'm not even sure. It's like 20 days. Yeah, 20 days. That's 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks, and then another 6 days to election. So it's almost like 3.5 to 4 weeks to election. So send me a voice note. Send me something. I want to hear your voice this morning. I just want you to talk to me. My name is Bernard Able. This is Citi FM Citi Breakfast Show. Nathan Kwao, Caleb Kuda joining me with a newspaper review. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
As you can see, I'm on fire for the Lord.
Yeah, man. It's turning around, man.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the election to finish.
Yes.
Then I can be happy
Then
again.
we'll chop the bronya.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Christmas must come.
Very necessary.
Yeah, we are praying for the election to be quick.
Boko.
We don't want any trouble.
Fast.
Very fast.
Quick.
So that we move. What are the papers saying?
This morning, Chronicle newspaper Iyoko boss worried over increasing sophistication of fraudulent activities and free tertiary education for children of cocoa farmers. National security meets Mali officials over security matters. Stop dollarization of petroleum products. Hamid is speaking, and Akufo-Addo commissions $1 billion mine in Upper East.
The Daily Graphic says new mining firm pours out first gold. Very interesting pictures here of the president and other dignitaries who were there. Terrorist fight requires critical strategy. That's coming from Kandapa. National Farmers Day. President announces free tertiary education for cocoa farmers' children, and cocoa price shoots to 49,600 a ton. And on the back page of the Daily Graphic, a wrap of the Ghana Premier League, with the biggest story being Asante Kotoko lose again in the Ghana Premier League.
Ghanaian Times this morning. President unveils West Africa's largest single-stream gold mine, solidifies Ghana's position as Africa's leading gold producer. Farmers hail new cocoa producer prize. 70-year-old Nana Owusu Echao, 2024 National Best Farmer. He goes home with 1 million Ghana cedis. And NACOC destroys more than 150,000 kg of illicit narcotics at Bundase.
If you go to the Daily Guide, the front page of that paper says Mahama's economic record bad. That's coming from Dr. Baumia. The Education Minister, Dr. Duchum, says protect free SHS with your votes. Former President John Kufuor tells Bagbin, resolve current impasse. Nana commissions Flower Pot Interchange Project November 19. And NDC election ploy exposed.
Ghanaian Observer, 2024 elections. Baumia affirms believe in the Lord's sovereignty to congregation. Now, tension mounts at National Biosafety Authority. We see that Africa must end dollar-based crude oil pricing. NPA boss is here as well. Akufo-Addo unveils West Africa's largest single-stream gold mine. Ghana, Mali reinforce counter-terrorism collaboration.
The Herald says Chief of Staff's name, signature, others used in 3.7 million CD job scam. Nurse before court, Jubilee House boys walking free. Austin Game cries for Ghana's economy as MPs haggle over seats. Upper Discourse Council claims Akufo-Addo statue after Mahama jabs him, and highlights of NDC NPP manifestos on transport.
Right, Daily Analyst this morning. Good news, government increases producer price of cocoa to 49,600 Ghana cedis per ton. Reject NPP's vote buying skirt and blouse campaigns. John Mahama urges electorate. Baumia outlines 12 ways he would expand educational opportunities for all Ghanaians. Ensuring safety of journalists. DJ President calls for intensified pressure on governments and combating rising fraud in public sector. Iyoko boss unveils new strategies. ADB congratulates 2024 National Best Farmer.
The Anchor newspaper says Kufuor breaks silence on standoff in Parliament, says Speaker Badbing holds key to solving controversy. Baumia Wu, CEO in private sector, outlines 17-point plan to boost businesses. Dr. Apak unveils Mahama's reset plan to rescue basic education. Mahama swerves Baumia at CEO's meeting, and City FM and Channel 1 TV hand over 1.3 million CD market, washroom facilities and borehole to new Bakba.
Solid. Republic Press. Akufo-Addo talks tough. Issues stern warning to troublemakers ahead of 2024 elections. Abetifi Hene vows to protect Kwewu amid rising chieftaincy disputes. Government boosts farmers' incomes as cocoa prices go up again. Akosombo Dam spillage. I am disappointed in Opon Kuma. This is the chief of Bakpa. Speaking, and Gabi clashes with Magdan over government's role in business growth. Kufuor tells Bagbin to take charge amid parliamentary deadlock.
The Inquisitor says on the Mo Ibrahim Index, judiciary autonomy declines, drops from 100% to 50%. Agojo punches Dampari, calls him incompetent and disruptive. Yoko boss out with new strategies to combat rising public sector fraud, and 3,200 hands for electrochem sword harvesting at Adan.
So the new publisher, Kufuor speaks. Come on, Bagbin, show leadership. There are no vacant seats in Parliament. Africa must end dollar-based pricing. That's here as well. Baumia gives free tertiary education to cocoa farmers' children. Iyoko boss is here as well. Ab's game to combat public sector fraud. Cardinal Namdini pours first gold in Ghana.
Okay.
If you go to the BNFT, government plans early bond market re-entry. In terms of agriculture, Agric Minister Lord's FSRP Farmers Day. And in line with that, Echel Brimpon wins 1 million CD Best National Farmer prize. The BNFT is rating National Best Farmer, but the correct expression is Best National Farmer. Adjectives of opinion always rank high.
Right.
Finally, Insurance Hub prioritizes client-centered solutions and youth financial security.
So it's Best National Farmer.
Yes, when you rank adjectives, right, there's color, opinion. So opinion is high.
Best.
So yes, opinion best.
National.
So that should, before you get to things concerning descriptors, and then your head word.
Good. Informer this morning says last days are dangerous. Kufuor tells Bagbin on vacant seat controversies. Akufo-Addo warns desperate politicians on election 2024. Vote for development. This is Napo urging Gonja land. Baumia says he will build a buoyant business environment. And then also on combating terrorism in West Africa, Mali's collaboration. Jermaine, this is Kandapar. Stop useless attacks on IGP Damprai. This is ACP.
So there's a lot of papers today. You also have the Today.
Yeah, Today says Ghana's judiciary impartiality suffers decline, report says. And then Charles advocates for dedicated funding for free SHS policy. 70-year-old man crowned best national farmer. You have national best here again. Daily Post, Bahama condemns the wickedness of Akufo-Addo and Baumia towards the central region. Sosu makes Ghana proud, backs U.S. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Bahama needs your votes to fulfill his promises. This is Lordina.
Let me take you online briefly. So the CT Newsroom website has a good countdown. 26 days, 13 minutes, 36 seconds to elections 2024.
Okay.
So now you have that countdown there. A few stories here. Vacant seat case, Supreme Court to deliver verdict today. Big story. Asidun Keti accuses National House of Chiefs President of campaigning for MPP. Then a raft of political stories. Baumia announces free kidney dialysis. You read this already. We also have the Duchum on Baumia to continue Akufo-Addo's education reforms. And then he also says Ghana to introduce edutourism to enrich our educational appeal.
Nice.
Then there's the Kenkranchi petitioning Akufo-Addo to remove Kisia Jabin as special prosecutor. Also there. NMC welcomes formation of Ghana fact-checking coalition. That's an interesting one. And then Akoso Madam's village chief of Bakpa speaks around the Oponkroma issue. If you go to Channel 1 News, I'm grateful to Ghanaians for making me present. Akufo-Addo says, Bando talk of ferry breakdown increases travel risks and cost for locals. And then Baumia could secure victory in election 2024 if there's a runoff, according to a political historian. Then Pelpo raises concern over revised parliamentary standing orders. Meanwhile, Asidun Keti is accusing MPP of busing people to attend rallies and then find a way out of parliamentary impasse or sign Kwapong to MPs. My joy online is the Kisia Jabing story where Ken Kranchi is petitioning the president to remove special prosecutor over what he calls misconduct and security risks. Also, Chief Justice issues directives on serving court processes to parliamentary officials. And then MP raises concerns on location of Akufo-Addo's statue. Okay. Now, those are some of the stories being around. There's a very interesting story on Bloomberg I thought it would interest you. Bitcoin rises above $81,000 as token becomes totem for the Trump era.
Thank you.
Very interesting read.
My God.
Africa's biggest phone firm, Vodacom, 6-month profit drops 18%. Okay. Keep an eye on that. And even though Trump has won the election, now we know 312 what do you call it? Electoral college votes is what he's garnered so far. Yeah. Kamala Harris has 226. He also has the Republicans have the Senate 53 to 46, and they're leading the House of Reps 213 to 203.
Interesting. Let's go to the daily guide.
Yes, sir.
I want to start off with this. This is on page 6. And it says the president will commission the flower pot interchange on the 19th of November. This has to do with mobility roads and all of that. Now, the story says the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is expected to commission the newly built flower pot interchange on the 19th of November.
Wonderful.
This was revealed by the communications director at the presidency, Eugene Ahin.
Even if we don't have anything to do there, we can pass there.
The flyover over the motorway.
Because our money. Even if I don't live, I will go and screen it.
Yeah, it's important. The flyover over the motorway interchange project was designed to complement the newly completed underpass and to serve as an alternative for north-south movement. The project has been amended several times and now consists of an 800-meter span flyover that starts at the Palace Mall of the Spintex Road and ends on the Boundary Road in East Legon.
Wonderful.
Additional features include ramps onto the motorway and improvements at the Flower Pot roundabout approaches at Spintex, as well as access through the old tunnel at East Legon.
So that's 19th. So that's tomorrow week.
Yes.
I used to
Next
say
week,
tomorrow's week, but someone said it's all tomorrow week. Now let's stay with commissioning. The gold refinery, big story.
That's also on the front page of the Daily
Give me
Graphic.
that. Give me
it
that.
says the gold mining project of Cardinal Namdini Mining Limited, a Chinese large-scale gold mining firm operating in the country, was last Saturday inaugurated by the president.
Okay.
The president subsequently poured the first gold by the Greenfield mining firm operating in the Talensi district in the Upper East region. The open cast gold mine has an initial lifespan of 15 years with a target to excavate 150 million tons of ore, out of which 5 million ounces of gold are expected within the 15-year period.
Wonderful. Now, Caleb, what do you have for me?
Bernard, let me go to former President Kufuor on backbin and the vacant seats in Parliament saga. The solution to the ongoing embarrassing standoff in Ghana's Parliament is in the hands of the Speaker of the House, Alban Bagbin, and it is his responsibility to show leadership and do so with a sense of urgency in the larger interest of the country. Former President John Agyekum Kufuor has stated, quote, "The Speaker has served this country very well, and this Parliament is nearing its end of tenure, and if by this time the Parliament he presides over is tearing apart, it is his record that is being destroyed. The Speaker should stop that and call the people and tell them that he has not said anyone has crossed carpets in Parliament to join another side, so he has not made a ruling or a declaration, so we should all maintain our seats until Ghanaians vote to decide which side they want as majority."
So
and which
former
side
President
they want.
Kufuor was speaking on a number of
Yes,
issues.
he was speaking to Asampa as well. Asampa's Obi.
All right, let's stay with
yeah.
let's stay with Parliament. The Supreme Court is set to deliver a landmark judgment today on the disputed decision to declare 4 parliamentary seats vacant, a case that has ignited significant public interest. This is on citynewsroom.com. Now, case was brought forward by Majority Leader Alexander Fenyo Marking, challenging Speaker Babin's declaration of these seats as vacant without judicial oversight or the initiation of by-elections. Now, so basically at 9 o'clock, the matter would be determined, and Citi FM will be there, as will Channel 1 Television.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that particular one. Kila, I'm still with you.
Yes, free tertiary education for cocoa farmers' children next year. Dr. Baumia is promising. This is the new publisher. The Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, has announced the government's new initiative to provide free tertiary education for children of cocoa farmers, aiming to ease the financial burden on these families through enhanced educational support. Quote, "The government has decided that starting next year, Cocoa Board will cover the tertiary education fees of cocoa farmers' children at no cost to the farmer."
I'll actually come to campaign and political issues shortly, but I wanted to give you another one here where Kisi Ejabing is under fire from Kenkranchi. Story on citynewsroom.com says the editor-in-chief of the Daily Satellite has petitioned the president to remove the special prosecutor from his position. According to the petitioner, this request stems from alleged instances of misconduct by Mr. Jabing, including accusations of willfully violating his official oath and oath of secrecy. Mr. Kenkranchi further claims that Jabing has acted in ways that could be detrimental to the economy or security of the state. Now, don't forget, this is the second time. There was an initial one that was forwarded, and I think the CJ dealt with that, and I think that one had no merit. It didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
But in a letter dated October 18 this year, Mr. Kranchi noted that the petitioner presents a petition for removal of the special prosecutor on the authority of sections 15(1) of the Special Prosecutors Act, and lists the things that he says he has done. Keep an eye on this story because there will be more developments on it.
Let's go to the Inquisitor newspaper, and there are 2 stories of interest here. One, judiciary autonomy declines. Okay? And it says Ghana's judicial independence has seen a steep decline over the past 7 years, with the 2024 Mo Ibrahim Index on African Governance reporting a drop from 100% to 50% in judicial autonomy. This significant reduction casts a concerning light on Ghana's governance outlook, with judicial independence, a core pillar of democratic governance, appearing weakened. In a recent youth engagement event, the vice president and presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Bawumia, celebrated Ghana's ranking as the 7th best governed country in Africa, according to the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. However, a closer look at the index data reveals a troubling trend in the judiciary's autonomy. The other story has to do with public sector fraud. And it says at a recent seminar by the Conference of Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, the Ghana chapter focused on the ever-growing challenge of fraud within the public sector. And COP Mame Yatiwa Adodankwa, who's the executive director of Yoko, brought attention to the significant complexities that modern fraud presents. Her insights underscored the importance of both awareness and action in combating financial crimes that threaten not just Ghana's financial systems, but the broader societal trust in public institutions.
Caleb, I'm back to you.
Bernard, the chief of Bakpa, Abadiwokome, is not happy. He's expressed disappointment in the Works and Housing Minister, Kojo Oponkuma. So, Togbi Komla Sakwiti V, Republic Press is reporting, has expressed his frustration with the Minister of Works and Housing, Kojo Oponkuma, over what he perceives as unfulfilled promises and continued delays in the reconstruction efforts aimed at assisting victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage. In an interview on November 10 with Jude Duncan and Eno Safo on Sunday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV, Togbi Sakwiti V expressed the mounting exasperation felt by himself and his community. And Bernard, we know that the fisher folk along the Volta River, the downstream, have also been suffering since that spillage, and their businesses have not recovered despite the promises they were made. So the chief is calling on the minister to make good the promises they made to the people.
Now, speaking of promises, there's a lot of them here. So, for example, Bawumia announces free kidney dialysis for NHS patients from December 1. Educhum is speaking up Bawumia's education credentials and saying that he would continue with Akufo-Addo's who works on free SHS. This was at an event yesterday. Asiedun Ketia is accusing Oji Ahoho, president of the House of Chiefs, of campaigning for the MPP. And then there's also Mahama in the news on the campaign platform, also saying that Akufo-Addo's he calls it petty politics, is affecting development in some communities. So there's a lot of political stories. Now, let me just read one. Duchum has also been speaking about public schools. He says parents will soon beg to enroll their children in public schools.
Okay.
So Dr. Yosei Duchum, the Minister of Education, has announced that significant changes are coming in the country's public education sector. Speaking on Sunday on behalf of the Vice President and MPP flag bearer, Dr. Duchum highlighted ongoing transformation in Ghana's educational system, saying many of our schools and uniforms are yellow and brown. Some even call it kokonte, but that won't be the case again any longer. He assured Ghanaians that under Bawumia's leadership, the government will continue building on the positive initiatives started by Akufo-Addo in the educational sector.
Okay. Let me give you this very heartwarming story. It's on page 32 of the Daily Graphic, and it says Kolebu Hospital partners perform free heart surgery for 27 children. Now, you know Gerald Asamoah.
Yeah, footballer.
Very good. Now, he has the Gerald Asamoah Foundation, and the foundation and the National Cardiothoracic Center at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital has successfully performed 5 open heart surgeries and 22 keyhole procedures at no cost for children weighing less than 6 kilograms. The initiative aimed at enhancing patient care and improving cardiac care standards for children with heart conditions was made possible through the sponsorship of Kinderherzen International and the Gerald Asamoah Foundation.
Bernard, quickly, just a troubling one.
Yes.
Right. More young women in Ghana smoke shisha than their male counterparts. This is a survey. Daily Analyst is on page 8. You will get that there. But congratulations to Nana Owusu Echao Bremont.
70-year-old.
Yeah, man.
Best.
Yeah, national farmer. Yeah, he goes
Not
up with
national
1 million
farmer.
Ghana cedis sponsored by ADB PLC.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Caleb, thank you, King. Thank you, Nathan. City Business News is next. Stay with us.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Yeah. So where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel. Say Excellium. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
My paddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work. But you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I live by you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I lay your side, fidelity.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
7:02 Nashika Caesar, Citi Business News. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, government treasury bills rises for the fifth consecutive week, exceeding its target by 202 million cedis. Also coming up, Minister of Finance Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam calls for strengthened collaboration between Ghana and France to boost economic growth. And later, appraisal of Springfield's Efina well nears completion. We'll tell you more shortly. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. For the fifth week in a row, T-bills yields have risen, with the government's recent auction exceeding its target by 202 million Ghana cedis. According to the latest data from the BOG, the government aimed to raise 5.6 billion Ghana cedis but received bids totaling 5.8 billion Ghana cedis. All 5.1 billion Ghana cedi tendered for the 91-day bill were accepted. All 560 million Ghana cedi and 157 million Ghana cedi from investors for the 182-day and 364-day bills were also accepted. Meanwhile, interest rates continue to rise. The yield on the 91-day increased by 10 basis points to 26.82%, while the yield on the 182-day bill rose by 9 points to 27.6%. 0.67%. The rate on the 364-day bill also increased by 9 basis points, reaching 26.12%. Away from that, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, has called for a strengthened collaboration between Ghana and the French government to enhance bilateral relations and advance the economies of both countries. Dr. Amin Adam made a call following the successful restructuring of Ghana's $5.1 billion debt with its bilateral creditors, highlighting the significant role played by the French government in overseeing the restructuring process. Dr. Amin Adam was speaking at the annual cocktail event with the French business community and the launch of the France-Ghana Economic Report 2023-2024 in Accra.
Some 5.1 billion United States dollars that we owe to you and other official bilateral creditors had to be restructured through your support, through your leadership. The Official Creditor Committee of Ghana is co-chaired by France and China. And the role that you played, the exemplary leadership that France showed during this negotiation really demonstrated to me that this relationship cannot be taken for granted. And so our relationship is deep and is seen in many ways, but we need to further enhance this relationship to the levels that people call strategic level of relationship.
You have the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam. Meanwhile, the French ambassador to Ghana, Jules Amon Nambosu, has stressed the significant contribution of the French government to the country's economy, particularly through employment and wages provided to Ghanaian workers.
France has invested more than $2 billion in Ghana and creating over 50,000 direct and indirect jobs for Ghanaian people. On top of that, I would like to highlight the social responsibility of these French companies, which is another specificity characterizing the French DNA in business. Only one figure to illustrate that point. The average salary paid by the French companies is today almost 20 times higher than the minimum wage in Ghana.
Here, the French ambassador to Ghana, Jules Amon Nambosu, speaking there. Now, the appraisal of Springfield's Efina well at the offshore West Cape 3 Point block is progressing smoothly and will soon see a successful completion. The about $60 million appraisal being conducted by the deep sea bolster rig is to confirm the production capacity and commercial viability of the well after an international arbitration court ordered the appraisal for the unitization of Springfield's Efina discovery and ENI Sankofa field. The Efina well, which was initially discovered in 2019, has shown prospects of producing more than 600 million barrels of oil. Springfield is upbeat the appraisal outcome would boost Ghana's oil output and make it the first Ghanaian-owned oil company to drill in Ghana's deep water territory. William Drott is the West Test officer. He says the appraisal will be completed within the stipulated time frame.
It's going forward. I can say it's going forward. The objective is to get hydrocarbons at surface and see how big the reservoir is for Springfield, and hopefully it's economically worth to proceed in this field. We had some delays before this due to some unexpected failures from equipment. It's all been rectified, so that took some days extra. So I don't know if we can meet the 35 days, but hopefully yes.
That was William Drott, the well test officer for the appraisal of Springfield's Efina well, speaking to journalists during a tour of the rig for familiarization of the progress of work. Now, issues of mobile money fraud continue to pose a threat to Mobile Money Limited as it renews focus on customer education to combat the menace and additionally implementing solutions to address unpaid quick loans. This comes on the back of MTN Momo marking its 15th anniversary with a promise to introduce more innovative products to ensure continued growth of Ghana's leading mobile financial service. We have more in the following report.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, to Uptown. Congratulations on winning FinTech Partner of the Year.
The night was a celebration of achievement, impact and growth as MTN Mobile Money celebrated 15 years with a Momo at 15 National Stakeholders Dinner and Awards Night. Held in Accra, the event drew key stakeholders from across the country to honor top-performing agents, partners and merchants who have driven MTN Momo's evolution to becoming Ghana's most trusted mobile financial service provider. CEO of Mobile Money Limited, Shaibu Haruna, expressed gratitude for the unwavering dedication of MTN Momo's partners and customers who have helped expand financial inclusion across the country. He acknowledged certain challenges impacting Momo's financial ecosystem, particularly around unpaid quick loans, reaffirming MTN Momo's commitment to tackling these challenges head-on.
We work with our partner banks to facilitate and give that credit. And every customer, we have a scoring system that establishes the creditworthiness of every customer. And we continue to work on improving that scoring system so that we reduce our non-performing loan structure. Generally, most people do pay their loans. Just a few do default. But again, with the systems that are coming into fruition and are maturing, like the ID card system and other setups that are in place, it is going to become a lot more difficult for people to be able to default.
Chief Product and Service Officer for Mobile Money Limited, Sylvia Otuo Champong, indicated plans to introduce innovative products for customers while stressing the company's renewed focus on customer education to curb Momo fraud.
On the remittance side, we're looking for more partnerships, more monies that will come straight onto the mobile. So within that whole remittance is also the cross-border. We are currently working on two main projects, one with PAPS, as you know, and then the other one with a company that has come in. Bank of Ghana has given them the go-ahead to actually pilot a service where I can actually pay for goods and services in Nigeria. It's still in the works. We are really trying to educate everybody. Do not share your PIN. Don't engage with anybody who calls you and says they are from MTN or Mobile Money. You also be bold enough to ask them what promotion. I have not entered any promotion. And for those that know, once you start posing the questions to them, they cut the line.
That was the Chief Product and Service Officer for Mobile Money Limited, Sylvia Otuo Champong, ending that report filed by Netili Neti Ajaho. Now, leading automobile dealer Japan Motors has adored the Geely brand, featuring 3 new models designed to elevate the driving experience of clients. The models include the Geely GX3 Pro, the Geely Star Ray, and Geely Cool Ray. Among the 3 models, Geely Cool Ray is assembled in Ghana. According to Japan Motors, the vehicles are tailored for drivers seeking style, performance, and advanced technology. Speaking at the launch, the general manager in charge of sales and marketing at Japan Motors, Amin Kabara, stressed that the vehicles offer both comfort and innovation to prospective customers.
This is not simply adding new products to our existing lineup, as you already know, Japan Motors. It's about opening a new chapter in the Ghana's automotive landscape. It's really going to be something going to impress everyone here. I strongly believe that Geely will redefine the driving experience with its innovation, advanced technology, exceptional quality, and most importantly, its affordability. So very soon, we will experience together what Geely is about to offer, and this will be a new era of mobility in Ghana.
That was the general manager in charge of sales and marketing at Japan Motors, Amin Kabara, speaking there. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar could be sold to you at 17 cedis 20 pesos. The British pound could be sold to you at 21 cedis 10 pesos, and the euro could be sold to you at 18 cedis 20 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Cratchet, mommy rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more, dial star 770 hash. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank's short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh my, it's Lexus on a bit.
Guinea, ice. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. 7:15 coming up next is Kickoff. Before we get into that, the City Business News was brought to us by Goyle. Goyle has introduced the Goyle Super XP, the ideal choice for most vehicles, and it's flowing wow across the many Goyle stations in the country. So as you go on the road, look out for Goyle stations with the Goyle Super XP sign. Go fuel up your vehicle. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle EcoBank is also bringing us it did bring us the City Business News. Just dial star 770 hash, the new EcoBank money emergency number. Maybe you chop out for one side. Just dial star 770 hash to get access to funds, transfer, utility bills, payment, and all of that. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Kickoff is next. Gabi Affairs in the building. Kickoff is brought to us by Zonda Ghana, your one-stop shop for quality trucks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. Call Zonda on 0501772222. Zonda built in Ghana, building Ghana. Polytank is also bringing us Kickoff. They've been doing this for over 30 years. It's trusted by all generations. It's the first, the best, and certainly the original. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa Nini. After a very interesting weekend of great sport, let's run it back with Gabi Affair. It's time for Kickoff.
Odegaard. Just looking at a shot in. Gabriel Martinelli, the angle very tight, but he smuggles it through. There is no offside flag. Gabriel Martinelli scores his third Premier League goal of the season. After their Neto. Oh, he was given space. You cannot give Pedro Neto space there. His first Premier League goal for Chelsea is a crucial.
Well, in the action happening at Stamford Bridge, it was Chelsea taking on Arsenal, and they shared the sports. And what it means is that they are 9 points behind leaders Liverpool after the 1-0 draw at Stamford Bridge. You get to reflect on match week 11 of the English Premier League, results from the weekend's games, plus results from the Ghana Premier League match week 10, and then some tennis news coming up in a bit. We're on the wings of Shell, Lachelle, Zonda GH, and Polytan Ghana, Papa Nini. My name is Gabi Affair, and let's get into the details. Starting off with the Black Stars, and the team will begin camp today in Accra, holding several training sessions at the Accra Sports Stadium before departing for their match day 5 clash against Angola on Friday, November 15. Now, Coach Otuado will be without Athletic Bilbao striker Iñaki Williams, who missed Ghana's last round of matches due to an hamstring injury sustained in Bilbao's game against Real Valladolid. Some players, including goalkeeper Jojo Wolacott, arrived last night at the Kotoka International Airport. But another player who will not miss Ghana's upcoming 2 matches is Mohamed Kudus. But on the flip side, he's serving a 5-game suspension with West Ham United. Now, last night, his teammate Mikel Antonio arrived in Ghana, where we had the chance to ask him about what it means to have Kudus as a teammate.
The star boy.
It's quality, to be fair. He's an unbelievable player. How he dribbles the ball, he scores goals. He has great ambition for himself, and hopefully we can get some players like that from our academy.
Well, Mikel Antonio is in Ghana to lend his support to Samba Stars Academy, a football initiative aimed at uplifting underprivileged youth in the country. Now, Antonio, who made a journey to support his close friend and associate Michael Pearson, was welcomed with excitement by Ghanaian Hammers, the official supporters club of West Ham in Ghana.
Well, 3 of our players have already signed. 1 player signed for Chelsea and 2 players signed for Middlesbrough. We are giving these a showcase. Obviously, we play tournaments, which we won the last tournament, Samba All Stars, and we give them a showcase. We bring scouts, we bring Chelsea's come down, Anderlecht's come down, Southampton's come down. So we bring teams across the world to Ghana to have a look at our players, to give them an opportunity. If they're good enough, they get picked. If they don't, then we go again and we try it, and we pick more players, and we keep bringing it until how many players we can get.
That's West Ham forward Mikel Antonio speaking there. Let's stay with the Black Stars. And Ghana will face Angola on Friday in the first of the final 2 games in the ongoing 2025 AFCON qualifiers. The Black Stars have only managed to secure 2 points out of a possible 12, largely due to limited chances created by the team. The Black Stars have scored just 1 goal in the last 4 games, but Coach Otuado disagrees.
I think in general we changed some things since I came, and there are a lot of young players there. So at the end, it's surely we have to win. Whatever we do, if I would have integrated, let's say, a lot of young players and we lose, then it's like, oh, we don't have experience. So if we stay, oh, we need changes. So whatever I do, if we lose, it's food for other things. I understand this. But coming to you personally, please come after the press conference. I'll give you the statistics about our chances from all the games. If you're saying that we're not creating chances, I'm very, very sorry to say that, but I don't think you have watched the matches then. But I'll give you the statistic if you want to. You can have a look at it.
All right, so that's Black Stars head coach Otuado speaking there. Now to the Ghana Premier League match week 11, and Asante Kotoko are without a win in 3 matches after losing 1-0 to Bichim United at the Nanafosu Jiabo Park. Now Kofi Tumpo strike in the 27 minutes separated the 2 teams in Bichim. We hear from Kotoko's head coach Prosper Natelgum.
Yeah, more scoring exercises to be able to make sure that they score more at training and be able to convert it. Replicate it in games. Again, I think they need to have their confidence in front of goal, and we need to talk to them a lot about how to maintain composure in front of goal. We need that. Once we get a composure in front of goal, which confidence is a key factor, I'm sure we'll be good to go.
All right, so that's Kotoko's head coach Prosper Nate Agum speaking there. Well, Nations FC made light work of Insoachaman after hammering the visitor 3-0 at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. Indiana FC continued their resurgence with a 1-0 win over Kerala United. Basake Holy Stars rallied from behind to beat Accra Lions 2-1 at the Crosby War Memorial Park. Heart of Lions recorded a narrow 1-0 win over Bichim Chelsea at home on Sunday to jump into the top 4. Siedo Abubakar scored in the stoppage time for FC Samatex 1996 in their 1-0 win over Legon Cities. And Heart of Folk also recorded a 1-0 win over Vision FC to secure back-to-back victories in the Premier League on Friday night. We are from Heart of Folk's head coach Abubakar Ouattara.
I don't want to explain the reason why the other coaches can take it, but I think it's okay that place. It's okay that place. That's why we need the people, the wingers, to work to score the goals. But unfortunately today, important thing we are taking the 3 points, but a lot of work and people. We have so many injuries during the match, before the match. Well, everything is the same song. I think the fans, we need them. We are playing for them.
All right, so that's Hatter Folks head coach Abubakar Ouattara. He says he needs the funds to keep on picking out 3 points. Speaking of another team that failed to pick out 3 points, it was Chelsea and Arsenal drawing 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. Pedro Neto drilled in a fine equalizer to give the Blues that point against the Gunners. The result leaves the two teams on 19 points, 9 adrift of top sport, and Arsenal without a win in their past 5 games in our competitions. We hear from the two coaches first, Enzo Maresca of Chelsea and Arsenal's Mikel Arteta.
Very soon we're going to win this kind of game, but for sure in this moment the performance is very important, because if you draw tonight and you don't deserve the draw, probably you are happy about the result, but the performance is not good. I said many times, for me, Bournemouth away, we didn't deserve to win, and we win. And probably at home with Palace or Forest, we deserve to win and we didn't win. So it's game by game. For sure, this kind of game, soon we're gonna win, but the performance has been very good.
Defensive habits, how we allow that, and the moment you allow the space and time to any of their players with the quality that they have, you're gonna get punished. So that's not bad luck.
All right, so you heard from the two coaches. First off, Chelsea's boss Enzo Maresca and Arsenal's Mikel Arteta speaking there. Taking you to Old Trafford because Bruno Fernandes marked his 250th Manchester United appearance by playing a starring role as Ruud van Nistelrooy signed off his stint, an interim charge with a 3-0 Premier League win over Leicester City. Here's Ruud van Nistelrooy in his future.
No, I felt like closing this period down, if you say it like that, and basically it was a moment here and now. And that was the beauty of the moment, in my opinion, and where circumstances came together, and it was a beautiful moment. And
all right, so a beautiful moment for United's interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy speaking there. Newcastle's impressive second half performance and the deserved win at Forest. They beat Forest by 3-1. Pep Guardiola fell to a fourth successive defeat for the first time. So City boats, they lost to Brighton by 2-1, and Liverpool took full advantage of City's slip up to beat Aston Villa 2-0 to move 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. There's more later at 5 p.m. on Sports Flash. In the meantime, you can head to citysportsonline.com on an X to City Sports GH. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, Lachelle, Zunda GH, and Polytang Ghana. My name is Gabriel Feng. Enjoy the rest of your week, especially today. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see no, he go buy motorbike too. Hey.
But you know, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know, they maintain bikes at all.
His problem is he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil, where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch, and brake. Where no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him, Shell. Hey, well, hey, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I don't go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey,
visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Poletankinye, Papa Nunye,
Papa Naka Messi, Papa Nunye Only one Poletan, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only Poletan.
Hey, Poletan, hey, Poletan, hey, Poletan. Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Poletankinye, Papa Nunye, Accra Plumbers, say so.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now. I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sale service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing. You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office. Strong, durable, and tough on our roads. Hey, that's from Zonda too? Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy. Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Sankofa fufrabo, pepper powder, bekwa ojawo. Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder. Etienga go better near Potoyoa. Sankofa got you covered. Go for Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra. Sankofa pepper powder. Red and hot, very natural. Sankofa pepper powder. Chinchinga and Nambia. Sankofa pepper powder. Noodles, Ghana jollo. Sankofa pepper powder. Esisia nete. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Has the exchange rate not exposed Dr. Baumia and the NPP? At the end of December 2016, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 Ghana cedis to $1. Today, it's about 16 Ghana cedis to $1. This is more than 4 times the amount of cedis one needed to buy $1 in 2016. Today, as a result of the free fall of the cedi, many businesses have lost significant amount of their working capital, with many collapsing in the process. Did they not say Yeti Sikaso?
Yeti Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai enam amemua enkoyeti.
Ghanaians are worse off as prices continue to soar on a daily basis. Putting food on the table has become a daily struggle. The hardship is real. It's time for change. Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say ebisa musemo or gas. Afedie gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
MSMEs power over 70% of Ghana's GDP and employ 85% of its workforce. Yet they continue to face challenges like limited access to credit and essential skills. Join GIZ for the Greater Accra Regional Network on Entrepreneurial Development and Employment Promotion Conference, themed Sustainable Solutions for Enterprise Development and Employment Promotion, the role of the Union of Stakeholders. This 2-day event features hands-on workshops, expert talks, and inspiring success stories from local entrepreneurs. Are you an SME? Register now to showcase your business for free. Date, 12th and 13th November, 2024. Venue, Kofi Ohene Konedu Hall, UPSA, Accra. Time, 9:30 a.m. daily. For more information, call Bernice at 0244 311 409.
Light off. No problem. Experience 2 days battery power with the Samsung Galaxy A06. Switch to awesome. Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
If tomorrow is Judgment Day, sing, mommy, and I'm standing on the front line, and the Lord asked me what I did with my life, I will say I spent it with you. It's alright. If I wake up in World War III, I see destruction and poverty, and I feel like I wanna go home. It's okay if you're coming with me.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I lose my fame and fortune? Really don't matter. And I'm homeless on the street. Lord, Lord. And I'm sleeping in Grand Central Station. Okay. It's okay if you're sleeping with me. As the years they pass us by.
7:39 Citi Breakfast Show 11/11/2024. Number of people celebrating their birthdays today. Happy birthday to Mr. Nicholas Asong of CPC Limited Tema, Audit Officer from Mrs. Lian Asong and daughter Victoria Asong. Wishing you God's guidance. Enjoy your day. Wishing my wonderful wife a happy and glorious birthday. From me, David, the children Ohima and Papaya Ousu Mensa of Wembley Court Estate of the Tema Kosombo Highway. Message, we just love you so much. Our wonderful wife. I'm not sure if you added your wife's name though. So I don't even know how I'm supposed to. Yeah, people usually do that, right? Say, wish my wonderful wife a happy birthday. I just love her so much. For me, David, the children, Ohima, and Papaya.
Is he not David?
I don't know.
Or the kids are David.
He's called David, but he didn't mention his wife's name.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday to Francis Caffey, Head of Finance Department, Deloitte, and Emanuela Labi Apraku of the Audit Department. Also, happy birthday to Shelter Etonam Agbemafle of the Assurance Department. All of these from your country managing partner, Daniel Kojousu, and all staff of Deloitte. Happy birthday to Nana Kwame Dankwa. You are based in Italy. You turned 18 today. From your mother, Mami Sewa. God bless you so much. To Joshua Abeka of TUC. May God keep blessing you. From your family and friends. Wishing David Kluche, old or that year, based at Witham, England, a happy birthday. May God continue to bless you and honor you from Seth Walanyo Banu to David Kluche. You live at Witham. And to our inspiring CEO, David Akwe, your leadership, vision, and unwavering dedication continue to drive our path to success. Your commitment to sustainability, along with your forward-thinking projects, are shaping a brighter future for agribusiness in Ghana and beyond. Here's to many more years of growth and prosperity under your guidance. From all staff of Agri Impact Group and management, to Daniel Fahini Akwe. Belated happy birthday to Selom Ativo, coming in from your sisters. Yesterday was your birthday. Enjoy your day. Grow in grace. What a day. 11/11.
All right, I'd like to wish Mr. Abraham Kwamin, the general manager of Happy Kids Schools, a happy birthday. I call him my aunt's right-hand man. He's the general manager of Happy Kids School. That's the school my aunt owns. Very, very loyal man. Great addition to the staff there. And he's a fantastic choral musician. So,
what's the nickname of that man last week you mentioned?
My uncle.
What's his name?
Zoko. Zokes.
You mentioned differently.
Oh yeah, Zokes, Azokoze.
Azokoze.
Yeah, that's my uncle. So Mr. Kwamin, happy birthday to you. Wish you the very best from all the students, staff at Happy Kids, from myself, and from all your admirers and loved ones.
And today is the birthday of glorious Accra House of Folk.
Rose.
You have to play the anthem for House of Folk fans.
Be quiet and don't be silly.
They said the song is Our Roots. Our roots
are old.
Be
quiet and don't be seen.
Yes. So
we are the famous Hearts of Oak. We never say die.
Thank you.
How old is the team? 1911. So 11th November 1911.
Yes.
And so today being 2024.
And once glorious
113, 100
something.
Yeah, if you add 11 minus 24.
I'll check it for you.
113.
Yes. A once glorious team that is looking to reach the top again.
Yeah,
we wish you well on this day. And also, I'm a student of history. Today's the birthday of one of my favorite persons in history, General Patton, the man who led the invasion of Normandy.
I see.
That ended the World War II.
Yeah.
And you know why I like him?
Why?
Because I don't think there's anybody more quotable than Patton.
In many ways.
In a lot of ways.
Yes.
You know, I'll tell you one of my favorite quotes. He says, if everybody is thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.
Can you repeat that?
If everybody is
thinking
thinking alike,
yeah,
then somebody isn't thinking.
It's actually interesting. So he was born in 1911 or died in 1911? Or
he was born
in 1911.
Yes.
1911, okay. There's actually a house in my mother's hometown called 1911 House. Actually, the house that my great-grandfather built, it was built in 1911.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting year. So Hearts of Oak, bring back the glory days.
Years, yeah?
Bring back the glory days.
24 years ago, they were dominating the continent. And they took me on a wonderful journey. A young boy watching
Emmanuel Ajogu.
Yeah, the CAF Champions League on TV every 2 weeks.
Edmond Copson.
Yeah, seeing Hearts do amazing things.
Ismail Ado. You know,
but that is what they have left you with.
I don't think
they
I've
had Amankwa Miriku.
I don't think I've seen a
Oh
striker
my God.
from the local league who was as probably deadly as Ishmael Ado.
Yeah, Ishmael knew how to
deadly. And he was small.
Yeah, Ishmael knew
His
how to
movement.
This was the Jones Atukefio at his peak. And I watched the game they did against Esperance.
Yeah.
They went to win there.
They won the first leg.
And then the keeper came to cut himself, looking for a useless red card. Had to focus on playable.
They were.
Oh my God.
And they had played together for a while. Let's not forget. I think that one thing that gets lost when we talk about Hearts and the glory years, that year they actually did a treble.
Yeah, I mean they had won the league like 6 times. And this was
but in the year 2000,
in
the year 2000, they won the league, won the cup,
yeah,
and then won the CAF Champions League. It's something that gets lost on a lot of people, but they are one of the few teams to do a treble.
I really hope, Hearts is building a new head office.
The nice one.
I'm hoping that they will have a proper Hall of Fame, and they will have a Atukefio Hall. Some of their coaches who have done great work.
What they should have done was to have kept footage
I'm sure they do.
of that season.
They do.
League, Cup, and the CAF Champions League.
Absolutely.
If they don't, they should go to JTV and look for
they'll get it.
George Azante, or they should call Natlai. Yeah. They'll get the footage.
What is sad though is that
if they don't,
every country in football has traditional teams, and they all go through bad patches. But right now, Hearts and Kotoko, they are struggling. And I think it's part of the whole change in football.
One day we'll discuss it.
Yeah, not today. A few more quickly to Stephen Edu, a king amongst men. Happy birthday from the entire Edu Jandu squad.
Yes.
Like to wish Glorious House of Folk happy birthday from Edmond Bema Hills. Now, this morning, I have a question for you arising from yesterday's event that the Minister for Education held. So, the Minister of Education gave an overview of the educational sector under the Akufo-Addo government. Now, the various surveys that have shown different issues that will affect elections. Consistently in the top 5 has been education. Sometimes it's number 1, sometimes number 4, number 3. But education is one of the key issues. And the NCC survey mentioned number one for education. And then when people were asked what they were looking at, they said they wanted the problems in free SHS to be solved or to be improved or be addressed. So this morning, I want listeners to tell me how they see education. And is education an election issue for you? If it is, what are you looking at? All right. I'll bring you highlights of the presentation of Dr. Educhum, and I'll speak to different people about where we are. Because the reason I'm doing this is that I meet people who are happy with education. There are people who are unhappy. Okay. And it's...
Do they tell you why they are happy? They tell you why they are
those
happy?
who are happy, particularly will say to you that, look, this thing about not getting mates and things, a lot of people have been able to go to school because now there's a path out of poverty, which is very clear. So you know that in those days, a lot of times you just go and get some lady in the rural area come and work for you. These days, a lot of them have seen a path. So if the family is ready, they go to school. And when they go, they can do nursing, they can do whatever. So there's that general feeling around what it has meant for rural folk. But there's a lot of people, particularly in the urban areas, in the elite, who feel like we are sacrificing quality. And they also feel like there's a certain bias against private schools, which is affecting their performance at even the BEC level. So the BEC result for private schools, I know head teachers who are opting out of BEC completely. I know people who are complaining about how the results vary. So somebody will say to you, I run a school that has partner schools across the country, and those in Accra don't do well, and those outside do very well. So there's a lot of concern, and so about free SHS and the overcrowding in the schools, the issue of taking, the headmasters don't seem to have the control. So these days, there's a lot of indiscipline in our schools. Headmasters can't talk, they can't really assert themselves. So that's the view of those who are negative. Those who are positive say, look, there's been a massive change in the fortunes of Ghanaians because of free SHS. And then there's a whole debate about what Baumia would do, or Mahama would do, and that type of thing. So that's the secondary level. What I want to know from listeners is, how do you see the educational sector in relation to your family, your children, as a teacher, as a parent? How do you see the sector? Send us a WhatsApp message or a WhatsApp voice note. Is education a consideration for voting? 25 days to elections. Is education one of the things you're looking at in making your voting decision? We'll bring you those highlights after 8 o'clock. So the WhatsApp number is 054-998-6996. But this November and December, Zenith Bank and Visa are rewarding Zenith SME business card holders with exclusive giveaways. You're one of the first 40 customers to sign up for a Zenith SME business card and receive Total Energy fuel vouchers to fuel your car. Or be one of the 100 Zenith SME card holders, and you will receive shopping vouchers from Amazon when you spend a minimum of 10,000 cedis on internal transactions between November and December. The Zenith SME business card is the card that keeps giving and the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. Sign up today. Call 0302-680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. And if you find yourself doing a lot, it means there's something wrong in the throat. Now, Lozati lozenges, 100% natural and refreshing throat lozenges with 7 pleasant tasting flavors, is now here. So we have the honey and lemon, the ginger, the peppermint, orange and cola, and 2 sugar-free formulations, propolis and strawberry, for those managing their sugar levels. Lozati lozenges for the quick relief you need, available at all Unicom outlets. Call Lozati on 0302-234-595. Lozati, 30 seconds instant relief from sore throats. And if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, a vibrant student experience in a community that equips you with useful skills, let's talk Lancaster. With up to 50% scholarship for your degree, be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards at our campus. Log on to lancaster.edu.gh or go to 0209-607-008. Lancaster, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Now, if you're looking for litigation-free land, then you need to contact Royal Kingdom Estate. They specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and so much more. They are offering you properties in prime areas like Accra and Ebri. So call them on 055-755-5909 or send them an email, info@Royal Kingdom Estate. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. And Coca-Cola has exciting news that should excite all of us who love Coca-Cola. They are announcing the return of our favorite Coca-Cola Original in the 300 ml glass bottle. You can get that at a price of 3 cedi 50 pesos. And for those who love a different twist, your favorite Coca-Cola is now available in a 300 ml recyclable PET bottle priced at 6 cedis. You can visit them on social at Coca-Cola_GH. Experience real magic with Coca-Cola's original taste. January 2025 admissions are in progress at the Heritage Christian University College. They are Tamasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, accredited by GTech. They have both graduate and undergrad programs. If you want more details, call them on 020-229-8399 or visit their website hcuc.edu.gh to find out more. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
So the question for the morning, will education, or to what extent will education influence your vote as a listener, whether you're a student or a parent? That's the first question. And if you can tell us how it will influence your voting direction, we're happy to hear. Education has become a big issue. It's in the top 5 for almost all the surveys, in addition to employment, the economy, health, and infrastructure. So, to what extent will education influence your vote, and how happy or unhappy are you about which level of education? So, I'm not restricting. It could be a basic level, secondary, tertiary, whichever level of education. All right, so Killer, let me hear from you quickly before I go into some of the messages.
Yes, Bernard, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, in collaboration with the GES, is organizing its first nationwide essay competition for students from Basics 4 to 9 and Senior High School. Here are the essay topics for those from Basic 4 to 6. Write a 14-line poem or sonnet on one of the following topics: human trafficking, cybercrime, money laundering. From Basic 7 to 9, how can social media exposure and the threat by cyber criminals affect the Ghanaian child? Your word limit is 450 to 500 words. For senior high school students, discuss the way forward for Ghana on the impact of youth unemployment and organized crime, or examine human trafficking and its impact on Ghanaian youth and propose solutions to address this issue. Your word limit is not less than 600. All entries should be submitted to the various heads of schools for onward submission to the Schools and Instructions Division of GES Accra or IOCO via ioko.gov.gh by 21st November 2024. Students should add their names and contact details. Call or WhatsApp 057 970 9077 for more details. And MSMEs power over 70% of Ghana's GDP and employ 85% of its workforce. Yet, they continue to face challenges like limited access to credit and essential skills. Join GIZ for the Greater Accra Regional Network on Entrepreneurial Development and Empowerment Employment Promotion Conference themed Sustainable Solutions for Enterprise Development and Employment Promotion, the role of union of stakeholders. The 2-day event features hands-on workshops, expert talks, and inspiring success stories from local entrepreneurs. So are you an MSME? Register now to showcase your business for free. The date is 12th and 13th November 2024 at UPSA's Kofi Ohene Kunedu Hall. Time is 9:30 a.m. daily. For more information, call Berners at 0244 311 409.
Turn your lights down low and pull your window curtain. Oh, let your moon come shining into our life again. Saying, ooh, it's been a long, long time. I get this message for you, girl, but it seemed I was never on time. Still I wanna get through to you, girl, on time, on time. Wow. I want to give you some love. I want to give you some good, good loving. Oh, yeah, I want to give you some good, good loving.
Turn your lights down low. Never try to resist. Oh no. Oh, let your love come shining in into our lives again. Saying, ooh, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I want you to know.
And a few more people celebrating their birthdays. So, well, this has come in now. So, my wife's name is Emilia Mamle Usumensa. So, you know, he initially said I should wish his wife a happy birthday.
Yeah, his wife's name.
Yeah, but he's now said, so this is to Emilia Mamle Usumensa from your husband David, the children of Hima, Papayao, Usumensa of Wembley Court Estate of the Temakosombo Highway. A few more requests coming through. Happy birthday to Ni Ayikan Ribeiro, coming in from your very good friend Ni Apatu Planche, who's been your mate for long. So, Motown Gettysburg House with Bokassa, your house master, and of course fellow Vandals as well.
Song I replay every 3
Ribeiro, happy birthday to you, coming in from myself
in every chorus.
One of the 3 Nis, Ni Allah, Ni Apatu, and Ni Ayikan.
Of the vote. Every night, this potion might this.
All right, a couple of interesting comments have started coming in on education. Caleb, you can just read a couple for me quickly.
Yes, education will be key in my voting out the NPP because one of the historically good public schools, Oninku Schools Park, has been turned into a market. Many complaints by residents and head teachers, and the head teacher have simply been ignored. My children are not in SHS yet, so I can't talk for free SHS, but I love the new syllabus for...
Sorry, so this is a different message?
Yeah, this is a different message.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The first one didn't add name, sorry.
Okay.
My children are not in SHS yet, so I can't talk for free SHS. But I love the new syllabus for pre-SHS. It's more practical and meaningful. They are taught why double-digit multiplication are calculated the way they are, like why they are placed where they are. They are doing history. It's not like our time when we were taught to learn it because that's just how it is. I never knew there was 1, tens, hundreds, and so on in multiplication.
Really?
So I can say this is good. I wish the first teachers would be streamlined. There is nowhere in this world that boarding is free. Feeding is free for a certain group, but people pay. There are too many free things in this country.
Right.
Akosia from Adenta said that.
All right.
Amadou from Kumasi says, good morning. Mahama's policy on free SHS and education in general is superior to that of Baumia. As a concerned parent, I'll go for JDM. You are.
Let me read another one before we get into tech and social media trends. Yeah. This one says, good morning, Bernard and team. On the BC results, it's unfortunate what's happening with the Stanine grading system, which considers the top 4% for grade 1, the next 7% for grade 2, and so on. I'm a volunteer in a private school with branches around the country. Tell me why the branch up north did better in the BC compared to the branch in the city. Meanwhile, the institution's own internal mocks up north does not compare with the city campus in any way. This clearly shows that the grades are being tampered with to make a point. This is unfortunate because teachers and students in private schools are putting in so much effort, but the system is designed not to recognize them. This has to be addressed. You cannot have a system that rewards mediocrity because of its geographic location, and it's not a fair system.
Yeah. Loving you is like...
All right, keep them coming. We want to know your concerns, positive or negative, about education. Is education in your top list of reasons why you would vote? And we want to know, if so, why? And that's what we'll be doing this morning. Of the backdrop is that yesterday the education minister did a 2-hour presentation on the successes of the educational sector under the Akufo-Addo government, and said that Dr. Baumia was going to continue with those works. Education has become a big subject in most of the surveys, always in the top 5. We want to know where it's tilting for you on education, positive or negative, or net zero.
You asking in them
2 minutes past 8, tech and social media trends next with Caleb and
it's brought to us by First Bank Ghana. If you're sending money to the Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, it's easier now through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems PAPS. You can send and receive money from all these countries within minutes for business and personal purposes. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank branch, First Bank Ghana branch nationwide with your cash, and your money is transferred in no time. All you need is a First Bank Ghana account. This is another way by which First Bank Ghana puts you first. For more information on the PAPS, please call 0596 921 921. Also, get connected for less with our discounted MiFi device at an unbeatable price of only 500 cedis, and also get 10 gigabyte free data for all your internet connectivity concerns. This portable Wi-Fi solution from Telecel has you covered, perfect for seamless browsing, streaming, and staying connected on the go. Do not miss out on this limited time offer from Telecel today. Visit Telecel retail shop to grab yours today. Telecel, connecting energies.
And so Nathan is helping us with the trends for the morning, setting of the week.
Yes, it's a very interesting mix of different things in the trend. So Educhum is trending. You were talking about education. So yesterday he was speaking. So he's made it into the trends. Other things that are trending in relation to the politics and all of that. Kojo Sheldon, very popular social media person, YouTuber, trending. The last few days have been really intense. So he and a gentleman named Kojo Forex over the weekend, they were going back and forth and all of that. And then he roped in a private legal practitioner named Seth Doe. All of this mounted to the politics of the day. So this is when you go through Kojo Sheldon's tweets or posts on X, you find him now overtly campaigning for Dr. Bawumia and all of that. So people are talking a lot about it. To other things that are trending, it was a weekend of football, so you can imagine that football-related themes.
Football is trending.
Yep. So Arsenal trending, Palmer, Sanchez, Madueke, hashtag CHEARS is also trending. Rude, Ipswich, Tottenham, Leicester, Charlie, all in there. Saturday, Liverpool trended a lot because of the late night game with Villa. So Mo Salah trending and all of that. So after the game on Saturday, a question that was on social is Mo Salah the Premier League's greatest winger? So people were asking, people were debating.
Was Henry a winger or a striker?
That's a tough one. He played wide even though he scored a lot of goals. So I don't know. But if you ask me, in terms of wide men who have dominated the Premier League, I think Mo Salah goes to the very, very top.
Yeah, Mo Salah is amazing. Probably
very,
Ryan Giggs.
I mean, Ryan Giggs was a winger's winger, a pure winger.
But Salah as an
attacker, dear Charlie.
He's a machine.
He's a machine.
He's gotten better as he's grown older.
Yes, scoring.
I mean,
machine.
the goal he scored, running from the halfway line.
End to end.
And he's so strong on the ball.
Yes.
You know,
wonderful stuff
amazing
there.
guy.
So some tech news very quickly. Something very interesting has happened in the US. Now, a portrait has been done by a humanoid artist called Ida, AI-DA. So it's essentially an AI that has put together a painting, and he drew a portrait of mathematician Alan Turing, and is believed to be the first artwork by a humanoid robot to be sold at an auction. It went for $1.84 million. $1 million, 84,000.
Wow.
That was what it went for. Yes, 1.84.
So AI is now.
Yep.
AI is doing paintings.
Yes. So the large-scale portrait far exceeded its estimated value of $120,000. So people are saying that is that the new age? Are we in the new age? Is that where we are? Where humanoid artists can now put together.
I don't even know whether to be happy or sad. I don't know whether to. I have an interview I'll air next 2 weeks with one of Ghana's best minds who's building an artificial brain. All right. And he addresses some of these issues.
Artificial brain?
Yes. So basically the idea is that the human brain works in a particular way, but to build big supercomputers, you need a lot of power, computing power, and you need a lot of energy.
Yes.
So his idea is to build a supercomputer with the minimal power that it will use, basically like a light bulb. Because he says what makes the human brain different from artificial brains is that we don't need a lot of energy to think. And we learn and we improve and we do things. But a lot of the machines that are being built by human beings, the computing power is a lot. And that type of power we cannot generate to sustain it.
Remember?
He's building, and he's Ghanaian. And he's doing this research with a team at Stanford.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Remember a few weeks ago, I read this story where nuclear energy was being considered as a way of powering data centers.
But the data centers are sucking up power.
Yes. So hydro clearly can't match that. So it looks like nuclear.
So I've done a series of interviews with people who knew Herman Chinwe in the technology space, and some of them are just brilliant. So I'll be airing them shortly. So watch out for that interview.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's called a neuro something.
Ish.
I've never heard that term before.
Charlie. People do.
Charlie? Kwabena.
Wow.
Amazing guy. That was the segment.
Social media.
Yeah, with Nathan.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we seek out to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Niger to Spain, even when I'm in the States. Mashing me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell you how the more money promo now.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draw. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This ad is not about how convenient or easy to use the Affinity app is, or how accessible and affordable our loans are, or not having to worry about monthly or transaction fees. Yes, banking without fees. This ad is about a community of entrepreneurs, individuals, young people, and you, the go-getter. And Affinity providing the necessary services and tools to help simplify daily banking tasks and grow your business. Easy and accessible. Because banking doesn't have to be an inconvenience. With Affinity, you're in. To get the app and apply for loans, dial *229# or go to affinityghana.com.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean Omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service.
Efia, I've been thinking. Have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kajo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS. And now, she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kweju. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
Awesome is what you see and appreciate. Switch to Samsung Galaxy A06 fast and enjoy vibrant and expanded display. Buy them now from authorized shops.
This is the story of Kofi Ba from Takwa. His story has just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first day at school his last day in SHS, going to the university, getting into the fast food business, expanding into the delivery business, and
everything to look forward to. And just like Kofi Ba's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
They ask them why. Let's say my people go start sell the sky. On too many levels we did compromise. They bring still money, they can't tell us why. They ask them why. You have the secretary but get the PA. One do the work, one do the BJ. But those who do the work, you leave them bleeding. When it comes to election day, I go ask you what you plan for me, unless you show me.
Education affect your vote? In what direction will it send it? How concerned are you about education? How happy and pleased are you with the educational sector after 8 years of the MPP? Send us your comment 054-998-6996. That's a WhatsApp number. Want to hear your voice too? These days we like to hear your voices on the issues we send out. Two quick announcements before that. Gasabu, Gasaba. Now, cooking with firewood and charcoal can be as harmful to your lungs as smoking. That's right, it can cause heart disease, stroke, and even affect your eyesight in the long run. But worry no more, because the National Petroleum Authority is here to change this with a new cylinder recirculation model. With this fantastic initiative, you can easily switch to gas without the hassle. Just visit any nearby exchange point and trade your empty cylinder for a filled one. No more long trips or waiting around to fill your gas cylinders. The truth is simple: smoke is harmful. Say dear, gas abba. Make the smart switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a healthier, happy life. Message brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy. And here's Affinity's promise to you: no monthly fees, no transaction fees, zero fees, banking. Yes. When it comes to Affinity sets itself apart because it's for people just like you, with big plans, small business, side projects, and just the drive to make things happen. So whether you're starting something new, managing your finances, or getting through the day-to-day, they're here to make life easier. It's an app, super easy to use. They give you loans that are accessible and affordable, and simply dial *229# to get the app, or check out affinityghana.com for more information.
Now, if you need to service your car, call Auto Parts Wholesale. They have factory service products like engine oils, coolants, transmission oils, batteries, brake pads to keep your car on the road for many, many years to come. They are at Ashaliboche School Junction on the Spintex Road, and you can also find them at Ashaliboche School Junction, Spintex Road, North Carnation, and Hacho. Call them on 020-484-2247 or 057-1100-233.
Okay. Dr. Osei Educhum is the Minister for Education. Yesterday, he presented the argument for Dr. Bawumia for education, and here are excerpts of the points he made.
Na enche bia mwadaroma ye mampani fufura oba Dr. Mohamed Bawumia obetwazo na Ghana ebeye fe hwenkwala no dom di sua de kindergarten form the computer he we eni esise o Ghana ye bi wo baby bebrebe na bebre moti eja mo man kwa ban school nti munhunu eniema eye akono egumesua eye fe eniema kese akese na ye beto aso na ya ye ne be ya kodurumre bia Mo Ghana for me kasa mo ntoa so, obi a me ha mo ntoa so. Enti scan schools ahodo ye de bi akyerɛ mu. Adwuma pa ye wo mu ye de akyerɛ mu. Yama mo hu sɛ ɔman daakye ɛbɛyɛ fɛ ne bɛyɛ akɔnɔ ye toa so ne ye sɛ adwuma ya. Ye hu sɛ saa mra ye wo mu yi amansan nyinaa sesa. Enema kɛse akɛse ɛna ɛkɔ so. Na enwumasua ɛna akoduru baabi a ɛsesa ɔman biara hyɛbrɛ. Enwumasua. We want to create one Ghana. We don't want Ghana for the rich and Ghana for the poor. We want a Ghana where the child of a liberal will sit in the same classroom with the child of a judge. They will become friends. And one day on the birthday of the son of the judge, the son of the liberal will be invited. Liberal niba, any judge ba, betra classroom back. No mo be namfo. Na judge ba no be ka kire ne papa se me pese me nua madam fo kwadwo eba me birthday. Na kwadwo a oni bia no koduru na damfo no fie no ohwe ho no ohwe niam e ho a waka kire nse nyame boa me da achi me nso me yese bi. Eno ne Ghana Dr. Muhammad Umanwa pese o create o se Ghana obia benya kwanya ni asoso ye nsa ni ya pagya ye ho na ye nyina adiye abom na ye nyina adiye bom a ye be sihye oman a emu niema ebe ye fe enu nti sa wo hwe ba bia Free Senior High School edin akodura enye se ye pese etu sika guo na mmom ese ye pagya obia ansa na Free Senior High School ba no wo hwe 2016 ba bia ne ewo ko animu a behwe 2023 baby a mo hu baby ade na kudru 1.412 million children. Nese yedi agro ni ama December 7th ehia bia na bibi wo ha wani anye ho wani anye ho fi so na o gidi se betimi aye achende aye no baby wo ho no mu a na ye wo se ya mo ho moden e wo bibi mu na mum de me ka kire mo no se ye fiti bibi ase mumre yen. Don't give up on us. Have hope in us and understand that we can change the course of history of this nation. Ghana Dutch BF. And that day in 2016, and Kuala said a map and Rantia Waha and a Wascan Square. Na Emabano, a Edusian Watchi. Scan schools are the Queen. And now we know what I say. Your Rantia Waha, a mano. Eye wo ha eni nsia on say man no doso ese mema enso kan ne ko secondary school a ne mema no doso ye dan se man no so omo so aba ama se no afa ya hunu o man no ba bi ese gina pepe 106 it used to be 168 wey ene ese no wey ena ye twam wey ni adeboni e wo Ghana no nti ese Free Senior High School ba na be se no wey eno kire ese ye koya anim because ya fa ngomesuan fi ba bia na niema e den akoduru ba bia eniema e fe se wo hwe eniema hu wa ha ya ebi wo ha wo beti on so schools na se kra na na dan ko kufu do be secondary schools na me pa mo chao wo hwe efi 2015 ekodu 29 on said red ho samre no na enkwala no mo ye nsohwe no wo hu red na kire say 50% under 50% or ha mu abupan aduonum na omuntimi pass subject bi emra Free Senior High School for nkwala na 15 say omo ekọ ensohwe mu pepe wo hu red ni biem.
So, Dr. Educhum speaking there. This is just an excerpt. There's a lot more. He spoke also about scholarships. Let's hear that as well. This was yesterday.
Ebra cocoa adwuma no kodu Western region no na Ghana nipa bia ye bi. E papa ne cocoa ye ne mfantefo enne bohye sei. Opani kokra nanse enne yere maame amako. Na afei ufi ho na ofiri gomu afete. Ufi ho no mo a efa se opani bi na efrem pani nkrani nso no do no cocoa. Na santini bi nso pani bu am no ono nso enne bohye. Ne cocoa na yade agana fo nyina ye san krofo manko school yi pagya Ghana ekoduru ba bia yen Ghana o mansa nyina na Ghana ewo cocoa sin eton cocoa sin ba bia cocoa sika ye de yakwan ye de railways cocoa sika ye de BC University of Ghana ye je to cocoa ni bi etu ato uko University of Ghana na wote say ye cancer kuafo hola enuntia ekuafo sika ye de C University ebi kura na de ba ntimi nko hobi sampani mfuei ko mani bi benya sika bebrebe ukokumawu a asantemam pani bi na efre no pani anto ono na ne oto ka bebrebe sa o kire ka na chi oh yes brofo wonte nso oh yes de na wonim te ukokumawu a oka oh yes on sini fie ni oh yes he has made it we upper middle class. Some crofo ya nko school ba omo de Ghana koduru ba bia na mu odu. Omampani abedi echo frag bearer. Dr. Mahamadu Baumia was say emre asesa ye pe kokoo de. Nanso ehun se sabre enwumasua ebetimi apagye omanya koduru ba bia mu odu papa. Enti opese na niso ade hu no no etimi hunu ehunahuna no. No ma niso ade hu mu odu pa de bagana. Na wapagye enwumasua free junior high, Aba High School, was our Pejem Ewo University, SEC STEM universities bebrebe. Near man penny na nado danko kufuadu fitiansie. STEM universities ayesi, uko bunzwa engineering university and agric sciences ayesi oho. Uko akodie University of Engineering and Applied Sciences ayesi oho. Uko sabram no mo kasei weni bunso de no. Ose obehye ne sapo mu nsuo no aye dwumaden ewo nwumasua mu no asisi universities bebrebe e de aman watoa so na de ofiti ase no wonu anim kwan fa so toa so de ofiti ase no wona betoa so amayi enti wo hwe we ya na afei ose next time ya ye omampani se mu yes time dia ekwan be so na be fa so am be teacher for am matimi akwachira de o STEM ho to mampanin ema makonya ye fiti STEM colleges of education mienu ase ba ko Karaga e wo Northern region ba ko e wo Ashanti region Tepa say schools mienu mampanin amakwan omo ye ho adwuma den na nu achi no ena yen flag bearer Dr. Mahamadu Baumia also be ye bi aka no system colleges of education na teacher for a omunim de mu beye du na wo ma beye no we school we fiti ase bosumi nsia ya so ba bi e ko no ye bewie na ba bi a ibedro bia no nso mo adaroma ye betoa so to the university ho adwuma ade a President Mahamadu Baumia also obeye pa na also on pese obi nso bewie secondary school na wonni sika ubetimi de atoa so and then as was a couple man why den we nwam opeso sak couple de wodwam na ye fe enu nti ena sabre na nsa na mote ne nka on se mre bi etwa mu na cocoa board e was scholarship aw ye cocoa ni a wunye sika na de secondary school. Say free senior high school to say sika no eda ho to so wo mfa na kuafo no ma no ye mfa hwe mo university na afei wa onye kuani no so aban scholarship akane na wo ho no a wanya cocoa board ni ama government scholarship no government scholarship so ye pagyamu ye hia na secondary school biem ye de ko university and ye ni so ade ho no de wanya cocoa border ubenya government scholarship na enu achi no nso no wasan so akase wo fa national idea wo student loan trust fund ni asama abosia so se wo pese unya abosia ni bia na de no ko. Enti o man pani a oba a mo ada room enti obeba. O say university no ye de ye ntua fe ba ko po. Na utua fe ba ko no wi a na mfi aka nipa no koka ho. Kwadwo ko no ogina nkwantia. Wo ko mo obi scholarship ase afe ba ko. Ye de ese mfie 9 no. Ubenya bibi a wo de be.
So Dr. Sayo Educhum essentially campaigning for Dr. Bawumia using education and continuity, asking for voters to vote for Dr. Bawumia on the basis of continuing the good works in education. So the question remains, how high is education on the agenda for you, and are you happy or unhappy? Let's talk to Dr. Augustine Tewi, a spokesperson for the NDC for Education. He's a member of parliament, I think for either Bia East or West. I'm not sure. Is it East or West? Dr. Tavia, good morning. Bia West, wonderful.
Good morning.
So what's the main town in Bia West?
Dibiso Isam.
Dibisu and Isam.
Yes.
Okay, so this constituency.
It's a twin town.
So so this constituency borders the Ivory Coast, I suspect.
Yes, we do. We are just 16 minutes away.
Wonderful. So I'm sure you heard highlights of Dr. Educhum's presentation on education, and the argument the MPP is making is retain them because the good works in the sector must continue. The highlight being free SHS, and of course he also talks about STEM schools and other things. Generally, what is the NDC's offer on education? Before we even react to what Educhum has said, what is the NDC's main education promise to Ghanaians?
Thank you. Education has become key, as the gentleman was saying. The issue is we want to have all levels of education to receive access. If education is good, everybody must have access. Then also it must come with quality. And for differentiated individuals, equity, so that everybody can go. But if it's not quality, it's just a walkthrough. You don't get anything. So quality is key. And then also there are individuals who don't learn at the same pace. We have the students who are handicapped visually or some mentally. And also, even in the mainstream, slow learners. And so all of those things must be catered for. And the NDC manifesto seeks to ensure that all these different groups are well catered for. And the whole idea is you can take a segment of education and run with it, but it's a system. If the basics are not strong, it's going to affect the secondary, and then it's going to affect tertiary. Take, for example, in this country, we have started, we will do 60-40. So technical universities, 60% science, 40% arts. And what is happening? The arts are 60 and more than the science. So essentially, the purpose of those technical universities, which the NDC government brought into being through the conversion process, a well-calculated process from the polytechnic, so that we will have STEM education and it will be from tertiary all the way. That is lost. So right now, it's just like the regular universities. So the NDC manifesto, our goals and purposes seek to ensure that science education receives a stronger boost. All the other departments of education, the basic. And you see, universally, basic education is strongly supported because everybody should have the opportunity to be literate and also to have a concept of numeracy. If you don't have that, you have a problem. Somebody can choose to be a charcoal seller, but he must be able to calculate how many bags they have. They must be able to deduct. They must be able to multiply the number of bags and the weights and all of those things. So we are carefully crafting an educational system that ensures that the minimum education required would enable everybody to function effectively. everywhere science has become the backbone of agriculture, which is our country. Where is science in our education system? How are people conceptualizing science? A lot of the people who don't study science is because they have a poor introduction to science and mathematics. So all of these things are detailed out in the programs of action once we take the reins of power in this country.
All right.
So we are really committed to systematically providing classroom infrastructure, ensuring that the curriculum aligns with modern trends, and also effectively rewarding the teachers and the professionals that are involved in the process.
All right. Now, Dr. Duchum's speech, and indeed MPP's speech, is that, look, free SHS was big and bold. The naysayers said it was not necessary, we couldn't do it. They've done it. Now they're saying it's changed the educational landscape significantly. So, for example, we're told it's even impossible to get housemaids to come and work for you because in all rural areas, people have a chance to go to school and they've gone. Now, that's pretty big. Added to that, they say they are not sure what NDC is saying about free SHS. I heard President Akufo-Addo say recently that Mr. Mahama should come clean on free SHS. Is he for it? Is he against it? Is he going to improve it? Because he feels like your positions have been shifting on free SHS for a long time. What is NDC's free SHS? I don't know whether it's position or alternative. What is your real view on free SHS?
Okay. The free SHS concept is very limited to a few countries in Africa. The whole concept is everybody goes to school. And the essential things that prevent you from going, the government takes responsibility. Our boarding school system is cumbersome. And we have seen that in the centralization that the MPP has done with the procurement of items and so forth. We have seen the challenge of several students sleeping outside and not passing the exam, and your 3 years, you are out. So we are taking a careful look. But let me start with President Mohammed's position, and therefore the NDC. We have talked about this extensively. We have seen the challenges that the current system does. So we began the process, and I was part of that. From 2014 to 2016, we have the progressively free. The gentleman at the Ministry of Education I worked with was Mr. Divine Ayijo, a public servant, very, very unbiased towards any political party. And the position was, we need free SHS to a large extent, especially for vulnerable communities. And so it has been practiced in the North that we inherited, and we kept it up. Then we selected several variables. Girls were not going to school because they didn't have the basic things they needed. So we awarded, through the World Bank project on high school, we awarded girls the opportunity by looking at the low-income schools, so that schools that were at the bottom, we tried to use it as an intervention. We tried to use that as an intervention. And so we had the last bottom schools, 125. All the students in that school would get support. And it helped a lot of students, especially in my constituency, to be able to do it because it was a very low performing school. So the thinking is, how can we get other schools to become a Disadel, Achimota, and others? There are certain things in those schools that allow people to choose that overwhelmingly, and also when the students go there to do well. So why don't we institute those things in other institutions? And so our manifesto of making sure that everybody gets that opportunity was really need-based. As it stands now today, the free SHS is not need-based. It's a universal. What was limited to the North was need-based. The issue of girls, you can't get a housemaid, is neither here nor there, because they are failing. And when they fail, for us in rural communities is the worst case you can establish. They are now secondary school graduates. So, therefore, going to the farm was like something outside their range of thinking. At the same time, the job market cannot attract them because there are no jobs for them. And they can't continue because he didn't get science and he didn't get English. So really, this process is a massification. We are massing out people. They are going through, but the school is not going through them. So in the end, their proof of having been to SHS is because they took pictures there. What is the credential they got? Can that lead them to continue their education? Can they enter the security services because they are still handicapped? So the bottom line is we would like to have a situation. For my time in the 80s, it was free. You go there and you get your coupon. You check into your room and you get your allowance also. Do you think we still need free SHS for those people? So the issue is it should be need-based, based on assessment of your taxes, and with a system in place that enables everybody to file their taxes. We can find those who really need it. Because this morning I have transferred money to people who needed to buy the items listed for them to still access the free SHS. What if they don't have it? So
let me get you clear.
Yes.
You're saying that they are not, the fact that people are getting into secondary school for free does not mean they are getting a quality education.
That is number one. It's key. Yes, access is there, but the quality is not there.
And as a consequence, the NDC is saying what? Are you going to review it? And if you are reviewing it, what does it mean? Are you going to stop it? Are you going to?
We are going to look at it critically. We are not saying we are abandoning it, because whatever we inherited from the Kwame Nkrumah system for providing the North, we didn't abandon it. And here, we are not going to abandon the free SHS because access is key. And if there are things that are preventing people, then we have to do it. But you see, we have to take that into the pool of the resources available. We were doing the E-blocks so that there will be community day schools, mainly. Community day schools. I went to St. Thomas Aquinas. I was living all the way to Kolebu. But we went to cantonments every day. All the Nima boys that I know, La boys, Osu boys, they all walked to school. And we had quality education at Aquinas. And that can be done in a lot of communities. But when we take their feeding into consideration, and those of you who are a little older, you remember the deboardinization process. I went to sixth form in Laboni. They had deboardinized up to Form 5. So when we were in sixth form, the juniors were only Form 5 students. So several variables are at play here. You don't have textbooks, you have food to eat. We are calling it free, but really don't have the curriculum that is critical. And so they are now doing the curriculum. They are now doing leadership training for the headmasters. So the issues that call for attention are many. Therefore, free SHS has never been said by the NDC to be something we will abolish, we will cancel. Review means that we are going to look at it critically against all the variables that will propel a person who accesses high school education towards proficiency. And therefore, you pass your math, your English, your science, and then your elective courses.
So if I understand you, you have spoken about geographical disparities and you've also spoken about boarding and day. Am I to take it that your review would mean that those from some geographical areas can get it free and those from others may not? And number two, that you would consider free for only day students and that boarders should pay? Because voters need specificity on what you are really thinking when you say you are going to review it. Because
yes.
So I want some clarity.
I haven't spoken to the specifications, because remember, review means you are looking at the broad range of issues involved in the process, and then you are picking and choosing based on what your findings are in the review. What I'm saying is that we have a commitment to continue free SHS. Where do we do adjustments so that it is quality, so that everybody who wants to access the educational opportunities will be able to access them? They'll be able to go to school, a secondary education. I would like my constituency. I have only 2 high schools here. I would like to have 5 of them because they are far from each other. And so if we have more high schools, it will be good. When we get these high schools, can they stay at home and be able to go to school and come and sleep on their own bed and eat their parents' food? Now they have lunch for those who go to day school. Kwabinya, I have gone there, walk around, seen what they are serving. The students are sitting on plastic chairs, but it's a start. So we will make sure that infrastructure is available to shelter those. We will make sure that all the high school students will have the necessary textbooks. We will make sure that the critical teachers needed for this, where we have so many labor issues every time and schools are closed, we will make sure those are settled. The current system where we can't predict when the students will go to school, when the gold people will go, and when the green people will go. We will make sure we have a systematic process that enables students to plan well, enables the academic year to be predictable, and therefore to end at a particular time, begin at a particular time. So we are committed to the best practices that will enable a standardized education. And when you go through the high school system, you go through the junior high school system, primary school, we know that we will cover the curriculum. There will be assessments at each of these levels to ensure that any child who benefits from Ghana's education.
No problem. Dr. Tevia.
Skills and quality. Yes.
Fair enough. So you've pointed out challenges with the free SHS as it's been implemented, and you've spoken about how you want to tackle it. Some people sense a contradiction in that view and the view that President Mahama is now saying first year university will be free. All right? Because is that not the same principle that you need to do proper differentiation? But if you're just going to do a complete free first year university, it's basically a continuation of the free SHS, right? So show me how this is not contradictory to the view expressed about the inefficiency of free SHS when you then turn around and promise people that you give them first year university free.
Okay. Number one, the free SHS is going to allow so many people to go through, persons who could not access it. And we have seen individual life stories, life narratives about how in high school they could not have attended without the free SHS. Well, if they pass and they have to go tertiary, what happens? They are still handicapped by the same lack of resources. So imagine that the first year is always more expensive because of the medical exam, assessing the bed, the departmental fees, and then the big one will be the university user fees. When you go to level 200, it drops significantly. So what we need to do is at least get everybody to go in. We do that, we see the effect, we review it to ensure that if everybody is going in, do you think the MP's child still needs it? Do you think the best farmer in Ghana, the child needs it? Hopefully we'll file our taxes. And I still insist on it. When we file our taxes, we are able to recognize who is below the poverty line. And based on that, we are able to provide the necessary intervention. We have the Student Loan Trust Program, which the NDC did effectively. And so every student would have access to access the loan. You don't even need now a guarantor. So if you are a student, you walk in there, there's proof that you are a student, you are enrolled, you could access the loan. We are going to try to improve the amount of money available to students. So when you get this loan, you are able to pay the critical things that will enable your stay in the university to be possible. So some of these interventions really will change things. But the beginning is the difficult part, the entry. Somebody is going to get a transport for the first time, is having to have a bag and a few things that he needs to bring to wherever the university is available for them to begin. Essentially, we don't pay fees in Ghana. No tuition, apart from private schools. All government schools are free. And the facility user fees are very minimal. So what we are going to try to do is to absorb it. But in doing that, for me, we are going to have some serious policy people. I would love to have a situation where we have all the key universities, UCC, UG, UDS, UEW. We have policy people come together to look at the implication of this and therefore what it takes from the budget on education. And if we did that, it's going to improve because we are talking to the issue all the time. This is not a platform promise. This is something that is calculated, thought through carefully. Scientifically, we know the standard deviation so that we know that this number of students, based on their background, they form a certain cluster. They need this kind of support, that kind of support. But all of those things will happen when at least at its inception, everybody gets an opportunity to experience tertiary education through this process of everybody getting access and getting the fee waived for them.
Thank you, Dr. Augustine Teria, MP for Bia West and one of the spokespersons for the NDC on education. Thank you for your time. Comments welcome 054-998-6996. Caleb, you can read a few more comments for me on the direction of Ghanaian voters when it comes to education.
Yes.
Let's go through.
So Labaran from Tema says, good morning, Bernard. Education is the number one Education is the number one priority for me when it comes to voting. The new GES education curriculum from crèche to SHS is vast on science and technology and is transformative and visionary. We need to upgrade this, and the NPP government must continue this good work. Good morning, Bernardino and team. Free SHS may be good, but I tell you, it also came with its wahala, which far outweighs the benefits. My son just completed one of the top schools in Cape Coast, and we parents have to contribute to buy food stuff weekly to support the kitchen. In addition, send cash weekly to him for feeding on his own. This is Alex from Community 25. Frankly speaking, Bernard, I think Ghana's education is far behind time because most free senior high school graduates can't do basic things when they're employed. Also, our educational system isn't helping solve challenges in the country, especially when the youth are constantly buying little things that should be done here from China. Okay, Edmund from B Hill sent that through. Good morning, Bernard and team. I am a teacher at the SHS. Please, our education has fallen, our standards in education has fallen largely because of politics. We rush through everything because of its impact on elections. Let's focus on the very basics up to JHS. The students who enter SHS these days have a lot of academic challenges. Some can't even read and write. Oh, you don't mean it. As for our minister, when we hear him talk, you will think it's all rosy. The SHS teachers are being frustrated in a so-called new curriculum. We are ready. We are supposed to start this new curriculum. Where are the teaching and learning materials, especially the laptops? How many teachers can afford a very good laptop? My brother, let's leave it here. Go around yourself to see. It's not what they are saying. Okay. Bright at New Ogbojo says our current education at the secondary level has become let them go through because we don't want people to criticize us Bro, the standard is very poor since free SHS started. Good morning, Bernard. Education wasn't on my radar until I watched Dr. Duchum's presentation yesterday. I must confess, I was surprised to see what the government has done in education. I might consider voting for them to continue their good work. Israel from Sohutum. Christian from Israel, Sohutum. Good morning, Bernard. I am for the free SHS any day, but my problem is the failure of the government to accept and review the policy in spite of the challenges. In view of that, I will vote for Mahama, who I believe will make it better. How can the foundation FQ be this weak, yet we tout them as panacea to our problems? Good morning, Bernard and friends. In spite of all the huge problems confronting education in Ghana today, I sincerely believe it is the best thing that has ever happened to our dear country. I shall definitely vote for the NPP. If I had this opportunity, I wouldn't be where I am today. My village boys are getting admission to prestigious schools. Wow, NPP. I shall vote for you. Danso from Medina.
We'll bring some voice notes shortly. I'll do a quick interview as well with one of the educational think tanks on their view on this, the growing importance of education as a voting issue. I suspect since Akufo-Addo made free SHS his campaign mantra in 2012, education has become a main issue. I know that prior to this, when Kufuor was in power, secondary school was made 4 years, Mills came and made it 3 years. Education has always been an interesting subject for voters, but I think following free SHS introduction as a campaign issue, and then the victory of Akufo-Addo in 2016 and then its implementation in 2017 become a very big topic.
Yes.
So whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure. Whether education being an issue, I don't know, Nathan, what do you stand on this? That if education, fine, roads can be a voting topic and it's not a problem, right? But are you concerned that education is now a central issue for voters? Is that something you are?
I think
so that by that mean it becomes politicized.
No, yes. I mean, once it's featuring heavily in terms of the campaign, then it's a political matter. Let's not forget that education was actually brought front and center in 2016 or in the build up to the 2016 election when the free SHS campaign promise first emerged, and all of that. And I think it's a critical part of President Akufo-Addo's victory back in 2016. So yes, it is a critical matter. Between then and now, whenever we have spoken to parents, guardians, wards, teachers, think tanks, you find that the concerns have grown exponentially from just not having enough classrooms to now even the quality of instruction. Yeah. We have people who talk about the quality of the products. We have people who talk about the workings of the process. Till today, 2024, there are some parents who still don't actually understand the calendar because they know their kids are going to school. A few months later, they are back home. We can't seem to determine whether they are moving on or they are in the same class. So I feel that all the things that have emerged since 2016 have made this education thing a very critical part of the thinking of an electorate. Not only the economy, but even the education somehow even feeds into that, and the economy feeds into the education somehow.
Let me speak to the executive director for the Institute for Education Studies, IFEST. It's a lecturer at UCC, Dr. Peter Antipati, to answer the exact same question I asked you. Now that education has been brought to the front and center of the campaign, is that good for the sector? Is that bad? Doc, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So as somebody who works in the sector, both as a lecturer and a think tank, is it good when education becomes a voting matter so that it becomes a political issue to the point of vote for us because of what we've done or vote for us because of what we will do purely on education? Is it, where do you stand on this? Is it a good thing when education gets politicized in this manner? All right, Doc, we will call you back. We'll try again. I think we had a bad line. We apologize for that. We'll call you back. Go for it. The question on the table for me, I'm in two minds here. Education is a great thing that people should look at in voting, but in doing so, it becomes politicized. All right. So I prefer people to vote on education than to vote on ethnicity. All right. So on that level, it's policy-based voting. Right. But I also fear the danger of now having to, because of elections, either for or against, we either give a bad name or we over-exaggerate the achievements of an educational policy?
Because it's the manner in which education was pivoted to the front of normal chatter. You gave the timeline, 2016. Prior to that, education had never
2012, we brought it first.
Yeah, 2012, sorry. It had never been, but it didn't. 2016 was, okay, I think you're
So let me finish the interview and come back to you. Doc, thanks for joining us again. So I was asking whether you are concerned about how education has become, if not the leading topic, one of the leading issues in the election. Is it good for the sector?
Thank you very much. I think it's good for the sector in as much as it's going to produce some positive changes in the system. Politicization of education is something that we should not encourage. But of course, these politicians are those we have given the mandate to work on policies and take care of the various. So technically, you cannot sometimes decouple the policy from the politician. So in as much as it's able to produce a good result, I think it is good. I think that it is something that we should encourage. And one thing that I've realized this particular year, you're looking at the manifestos, is that because we have a strategic plan for education that's supposed to last up to 2030, most of the policies that are coming from the two parties seems the same. If you look at the manifestos, about 13 to 15 items are the same, talking about basic education, talking about free SHS, talking about tertiary education. There are certain items that cut across, and that gives us hope that as we are able to develop a comprehensive document that guides our educational system, politicians will tap into it and find ways and means to achieve the objectives of the strategic plan.
So, in a sense, you're saying it is good if education is at the center of national discourse, but it's bad if it's politicized. But if you look at the way the education campaign is going, is it helping to bring out the best ideas, or is it a race to the bottom? Because you can have a topic as an election issue, which can lead to better suggestions, but it can also lead to accusations and counter accusations, which then don't really help us anyhow. So how do you assess the debate on education?
Exactly, and sometimes we just have to be very frank and open with some of these things. I think that the politicians can do their politics, but I have not seen or heard, so far as this campaign is concerned, that any political party intends to cancel any policy, especially when it comes to the free senior high school. What I've heard and read from the two political parties, and sometimes it becomes a little bit contradictory, because the NPP's manifesto have indicated that they will phase out double track. The NDC manifesto have also indicated that they will phase out double track. However, some of the communications that are coming from the government seems to suggest that any attempt will be detrimental to the system. So I ask myself, that your manifesto is indicating phase out double track. However, the communication seems to suggest that double track should be maintained. So that is where it becomes a little bit problematic. I think the party needs to come out clearly for us to know how it would want to see free SHS forward. It's clear in various places, but when it comes to communication, you see that the talk is more about an attempt by the party to cancel the free senior high school. It is not in any document, and that for me is problematic. We need to be to the free senior high school policy. I have said recently that the Afrobarometer didn't give us a little good, because they think that policy like the free senior high school should be continued, and that is what most Ghanaians said. But they did not go a step in which format should the free senior high school be continued. And the conversation PP to bring up. That's the conversation I want the NDC to bring up. What is the format of free SHS, or what format of free SHS we see in 2025? Is it the current format, or is proposed format that we should have a debate on? I think that is the kind of debate that will shape that particular policy. That for me is transforming lives, and it's
all right, Doc. Thanks for talking to us.
Transform our education.
Thanks for talking to us. We apologize again, listeners, for the poor quality of the sound. Let's continue this. I have a few messages. I would have taken your quick thoughts on that, but let me take the message and I'll wrap up with you. Yes. So, parents, teachers, students, how is the secondary school, basic school, university education issue shaping up your voting decision? How critical is education for you? 054-998-699 is our WhatsApp number. Here are a few voice notes coming through.
Bernard and team, it's surprising the way the current government speaks as if there was no educational system in Ghana. Some of us who have gone through the GHS educational system felt that we had a better experience than what is being dished out to our kids now. Just yesterday, I had this kid that came and said that they were asked to do a research about a Boakri festival. They had not been taught this. She's in GHS 3 now. She's not been taught this at all, except for her exposure to the list of festivals in Ghana that she had in the 5th year. This girl is supposed to go and do this research, and if I tell you she had to come around, this is a relative far off from home, she had to come around and she finished her work around 10 p.m. and went back home and had to be taken back home. The way we intend to teach, we assume that we have everything in place. Unfortunately, we don't. The schools are not well equipped for the kids to do research, and yet we hear all of these people go around talking big. I'm sure those of us who are having an experience of our kids in the public schools would appreciate this better. As I speak, maybe, let me not say our children, but maybe our relatives, because my children go to private school. And I think there is an effort at also weakening the private schools, because this year's placement of students into secondary school tells a lot about that. I frankly speaking, I'm not pleased with the way the educational sector is being handled. So when I hear the minister talk this way as if he was the best thing that could have happened to Ghana, I get even more disappointed, because he was somebody that I expected and I had great hope in, that he was going to really rally for us all to come on board and utilize all the available resources, including the private schools, to foster proper education in Ghana. But that's not what I'm seeing. It's as if he's on a war path with private schools. My name is Joseph.
Good morning, Bernard. I don't think education is in the middle of this current election that we are going to have. It is the MPP that is tuning us to that side, because they know that if they talk about rules, they failed. If they talk about businesses, they failed. If they're talking about banking, they failed. So this last minute, let's tune the mind of the Ghanaian to education. You see, this. If they said we should do voting based on education alone, MPP has been in power for 8 years, and we have parents whose children have gone for free education. They should put the ballot box down, or you should have an opinion of parents whose children have gone for free education for the past 8 years against those whose children are going now, and see whether the ones that children have gone before now will not win the election. They will vote against the government. You understand? So it is the MPP that is trying to tune us to that side, because they know that if they put the other things on the table, they will fail. You understand? So it's not, education is not the center of this current election that you are going to have. Roads, businesses, bank, food on the table. These are the things we should look at. Look, Ghanaians, if you think you are doing well this time than before, vote for. If you think you are not doing well, vote against. It's a
Chairman, good morning. I trust you are well and everybody is well. Good morning to your listeners. Chairman, this morning, my name is Jess Lord. And I want to list just some few things that will inform my decision as far as the voting is concerned. One, the free SHS. It is not as quality as we wanted. The classrooms are crowded. Their food not quality, not quality. Because even if we don't have children that are in the secondary school, we pick children to the secondary schools. We have kids of our church members in the secondary school, and I'm the type who is very, very curious, always want to learn, always want to explore. So you ask them, he said, the food that always have to send food to the children in the school. That is one. Two, infrastructure. We want to expand the number of children that will enroll in the school. Obviously, if you make it free, the number will automatically increase. But there's nothing to show in terms of infrastructure. Even if there is, it's just a handful. It's just a handful, and I'll vote against you because of that. And three, my third point is the man who is contesting to become the vice president, which is Napo. When he was education minister, he tried introducing comprehensive sexual education into our curriculum to be taught, for children to be taught at that level. I'm afraid that when this man becomes the vice president, he will reintroduce that. He will reintroduce that. Today, we are not teaching the children those things. Look at how the society is becoming. And you are going to teach them. I'm afraid I will not vote for such person. And our university, the lecturers are always complaining that our universities are, the children that are coming from the SHS are underperforming.
Good morning, Bernard and team. My name is Jim from Achimota. Please, the current education system has certain lapses that should be the focus of the incumbent government to be looking at how to address it. Two, if you look at our current educational system, I listened to you clearly with your interview with Dr. Tewia from the NDC, and he made certain points. Look, you said if they do first year for tertiary free, it will be just a continuation of the free SHS. But that question you asked, I think that there was a little problem with that question. Why? The free tertiary, until you pass, you are not going. No tertiary institution is taking in students that have not passed, even though it is free. They won't take you until you pass your free SHS examinations. So that is the good thing about the free tertiary, because if you want a free tertiary first year, then you must learn and pass. So it should be a motivation for those in free SHS to rather learn harder. I think that's where but it's a good cause, the discussion as a whole.
Good morning, and good morning to your team. This morning, my issue with the education system has to do with the Eastern region. I don't know about other regions, but it's a problem with the teachers teaching the kids in Tree instead of English, saying that it will help them to speak to better their English. I don't know how that's going to happen, because these children are not able to form basic sentences in English. I know teaching them to learn their native language is equally important. But if these children are going to be assessed in English with their BC and WASI, then it's equally important for them to be taught in English. My niece, for example, who is in Latte Presby Primary, cannot form basic sentences in English. She's 9 years old and in class 4. So, for example, she was given a homework assignment in Tree, which she did very well. She was asked to identify adjectives in a sentence, and she was able to do all very well. So, for example, Obia kokona minini fie no aware. So she did that, and we asked her to translate it into English. After much struggle, what she came up with was, the girl sit house was, which is very terrible and very disheartening, because if she's able to do other subjects and the English that she needs to write a BC and WASI to pass, she's not able to form sentences and make a conversation with it, then I don't know where we are heading to. So if they will look at it, that the teachers should teach these kids in English, and as well incorporate the tree, and it will be a great help to the kids. Thank you.
Good morning, Bernard and Tim. This is Kofi Ebua from Birmingham. So, after listening to the Minister of Education, Dr. Edichum, yesterday, it's pretty clear much progress has been made in our education sector. Truth is that we have more to do, but see, let's be honest to ourselves. Per the facts and the figures and the evidence shown yesterday, come on, guys. We can only get it better. We admit there are challenges, but I think with the right mindset and with the mind of possibilities, it can be done. The government has done a lot. There's more to be done. But see, as a young guy growing up, I remember my mom used to tell me that the greatest legacy, the greatest property she could leave for me as a single parent was education and not properties. Because if she educates me well to the highest level I could get to, I could fund any property at all I want for myself.
Bernard and Tim, good morning. In fact, the free editors is a big problem to we the parents. For example, my child is now at home. They vacated 2 weeks ago and is at home. They will go in January. We have to give money for the child cannot be at home just like that. So we have to look for classes for him. The money I'm spending on the extra classes now is 2,200. And secondly, the food in the school is not good at all. Because of that, every 2 weeks you have to send food. Every 2 weeks you have to send food. The food that we send and monies, all those is so that the child can eat well and the child will not be hungry and the studies can go on well. All those things, the free teachers, and I visited some schools. I put it upon myself to visit some schools and see things. When you go, you journalists, please visit not Accra schools. So go to other schools, not Accra, or don't go to the regional capital schools. Go to schools in the hinterlands and see what is happening. They just show us things that is happening in Accra and Takoradi, Kumasi, and they say things are better. No. The money we are spending, even when we pay school fees, I think is better. The free educators is causing the children cannot speak, they cannot write. I went to school, about 5 schools where you speak English to them, you meet them, you speak English to them. The way they is very, very difficult, especially, excuse me, the 3 speaking schools. I went to Volta region, it was somehow better. Greater Accra, somehow better. Ashanti, Bono, Eastern, West. The children cannot speak. I don't want to mention the schools. They cannot speak English. It is very, very terrible. They are just pushing everybody to enter and they say free education. But the money we are spending, I'm a parent. The money we are spending, my child is now going to Form 3. They are at home now. They will resume January and they will be in Form 3.
So those were some parents and contributors So I guess the jury is still out on this topic.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's good that it became a mainstream conversation, then. And the fact that it's still a mainstream conversation now tells you that there are still issues with it. Because normally, once you make such an era-defining intervention, as the Free Senior High School can legally be called, legitimately be called, you would expect that something else comes up and that the knickknacks of it are worked out as it goes. But it still seems to be at the forefront. So there was a texter who, one of the voice notes was saying, perhaps because there's nothing else to push. That is why we are still having a conversation about education as a mainstream political campaign topic. Normally, it should not be, because it's had this time. In 2016, it won the election. But even how to refine it is still an election topic, which is another school of thought, that is around. It's all well and good. I think that the conversations around education are good. Where I stand on it is public knowledge. I am not a big fan of some of the changes that have been made as a parent and as somebody who spends a lot of time interacting with people on both ends, both academics and students. I'm not very impressed with some of the things, but I must also be fair and say that I listened to Dr. Duchum extensively yesterday. Some of the ideas are very, very good ideas if they can be implemented properly. Okay, so I've also seen the NDC manifesto, and I agree with Dr. Patti on the point he makes about there are lots of similarities, between the two and what they want to do. I would be happier if it wasn't political football, because there are certain things that cannot be political football all the time. Education, health, but we've turned it into political football. And the problem with our Ghana is that anytime we turn something into political football, it doesn't work properly.
It reduces it into comparison of records,
and nothing actually gets done. It becomes a matter of who shines brightest. So somebody go and shine their shoe and look good, but the socks is dirty, and cover it with a pair of trousers. So we need to rise beyond that and improve the education. But
Thank you.
I stand there, Charlie.
We will take a break, do an interview, and then come back and wrap up on this education topic, because we think it's a very big topic. And stay with us. If you have any more contributions to make, send them on the WhatsApp number 054-998-6996. There's a big thing that a group of people are doing, which I think we should talk about. There's going to be of course, we know the Decent Work for a Just Transition project that the GIZ is championing. But there's also going to be the launch of the Business Outsourcing Services Association of Ghana, because one of the job areas where Ghana has an advantage, our English language, our central location, well-educated populace can benefit from this. So business process outsourcing is becoming a big thing. And this morning I was speaking to some reps from the soon-to-be outlawed BOSAG, Business Outsourcing Service Association, together with some friends from the GIZ, to talk about that project which you're launching tomorrow. And then we'll finish up with more on education and the election. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017. One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other 2 are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Baumia on December 7th.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Baumia. Baumia means business. Esro.
Make life easier with Sigma Appliances. Your excellent go-to choice. 5 Sigma Appliances.
conditioners, fridges, freezers, washing machines, small appliances, and more. Sigma Appliances has them all. Visit Platinum Impex on the Sprinters Road behind Okadeco. For wholesale, call 030-280-1555 or WhatsApp +233-55-466-6444. Visit PlatinumImpex.net.
Hello, boss. I just drove out of your premises. I've called you several times. Boss, I beg.
I gave you an opportunity to present your proposal with your financial statements. You didn't. If we approve and request for an invoice, that will take you another month, eh? You couldn't even provide receipts from the last job. My brother, we have given the contract to someone else who promptly furnished us with what we needed. Get serious.
Yehovah.
Don't be caught in this mess ever again. Restart with Build. Build provides businesses with a comprehensive accounting software with features that make your bookkeeping, accounting, tax, and payroll functions seamless. Our support team is always available to assist and respond to all your inquiries. Log on to www.build.africa and sign up. Call 030-84007 or 0303-974-832 for more information. Build. Bookkeeping made simple. Results made extraordinary.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling.
Wow.
Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Efia, I've been thinking, have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Nippy ahead. Beggars can't choose, but be picky instead. 95 blues, kick me, I'm dead.
Citi Breakfast Show, lots of insights on education, essential issue for election 2024. But there's something equally important happening in the country, and tomorrow there's going to be a big gathering of people in the, we call it the GBS space, right? So it's Ghana Business or Business Services Outsourcing space, and I have some very interesting people in studio to talk a bit about that and the event happening. Eunice Ejepong is the component head for the special initiative Decent Work for a Just Transition at GIZ, Eunice, welcome again to the show.
Thank you very much, Bernard.
I think I interviewed you somewhere on a panel.
Yes, that was on SME. Today we are here to talk about global business.
Wonderful. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Kojo Afeji Hayford, who's a board chairman of the Business Outsourcing Services Association of Ghana, BOSAG for short, and also CEO of eServices Africa. So he's a big man, double-barreled. Kojo, welcome.
Thank you.
Just thank you. Now, I also have, of course, Matthew Dakwa, who's a board member of BOSAG and director of operations at Amalitech. So I'm guessing that both of you are on the association, but also have your own companies you run.
Correct.
Wonderful. So he is with eServices, you are with Amalitech, and he's your board chair, and you're a board member. Wonderful. Happy to also announce I have Ryan Kilo, country manager for Concentrix.
Correct.
Which is also another company in the space.
Correct, and also a board member of BOSAG.
Oh my God, the whole body. Let's have a board meeting. Just bring the food and the tea, the biscuits. We'll have a board meeting. All right, so there's a very big event happening tomorrow. We'll talk about that shortly. But I want an overview of the GBS sector because I know it was called Business Process Outsourcing many years ago. It seems to have evolved. So could you talk to me?
Yeah, I mean, I think like everything else, terminologies are changing, right? And today you say global business services.
All right.
Same thing as outsourcing services.
All right.
Offshore services.
Okay.
It used to be called IT-enabled services.
Oh my God.
So, it's the same thing. I think the new terminology is expanding sort of the footprint of the kind of work that is done. It used to be that outsourcing was just you call a number and you speak to somebody in India. But now it's more than just speaking to somebody over the phone. It's all the back office services, front office services, middle office services. Anything that a company determines that it's better done by a third party, which is basically outsourced it to the third party, becomes now. When you say global business services, now it's a global dimension as opposed to a local dimension. So
wonderful.
Essentially,
and I guess it's more important than emphasized. It's almost understated in my view because it's a big employer of people, and you don't get a lot of people coming on it to even talk about it. Even in job creation, you don't hear many people talk about it. But it's a very important. So I'll come back to you on that. But Ryan, how can Ghana, since it's a global thing now, position itself as a leading GBS destination on the continent?
So I've been in Ghana since June, and what I've seen here is untapped potential, lots of potential. The talent that's available to the industry is immense and highly educated.
Yeah.
The proficiency of English language is superb, and those two things harnessed with the time zone, which really suits UK, Europe,
everywhere,
and everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Enables us to provide services, whether that's through contact center solutions or IT services or tech support, to global clients across the globe. So I think it's a very exciting time for Ghana. BOSAG is a vehicle for us to help the industry, and I'm very excited to be part of it.
I was looking at the map of the world with countries that spoke English, colored in blue.
Yeah.
And Ghana was unique because there were like equal number on the left to our right.
That's
so
right.
Southern Africa, East Africa, a lot of English,
Yeah.
and then maybe Sierra Leone, Gambia, and then of course US and
absolutely
UK. So I don't know if the country realizes its centrality and what that means for the revolving globe and working.
It has a number of advantages, that, and also the fact that the stability within the country also provides businesses with assurances about the future. So I think it's very well positioned, Ghana, as part of the next stage of global development in our industry.
Matthew, you've been in this for a while. Tell me about your own experience in the industry and what you think about Ghana's unique positioning in this sector.
Yeah, I think as Ryan said, all the benefit that he mentioned makes a great influence to what we're doing. Now, if you look at the demographics of Ghana compared to the European countries, average age, the youth is the largest population.
Yeah.
Education is really good. And then if you look at the technical skills that students come up with, gives us a better opportunity. If you look at the same demographics in a country like Germany, average age is 46.
Oh my
God. Plus the shortage of talent. So all those advantages makes Ghana a unique place, or should I say, the Western world are going to have to go somewhere for these kind of services and this talent. And Ghana is a suitable place with all the benefits.
Is the country growing that potential? Because as somebody said, usually in the past, when you think of that, there's an Indian call center. So initially, at least when I was in the UK, a lot of the people who were providing those services were in the Far East. Would you say Ghana is living up to the potential that GBS offers in terms of the growth of the industry?
Look, I've never had a customer complain about our technical ability. We are on top.
Yeah.
I think we have the good skill. We have got the good knowledge. The universities provide readily made where we top up. So, for example, Amalitech train people before they offer them jobs. So, as a country, yes, we are.
I think it's well, Matthew. If I look at it from a global point of view, we currently have 700 game changers employed here in Accra, servicing a growing number of clients. We're hoping that the work that we can do for those clients is exceptional in terms of their output for their customers, and that will enable us to welcome more and more game changers into our business. But certainly for me, the component parts are all there for us to be successful.
Wonderful. Let me come to Eunice, GIZ. So what kind of support has the German government, through the institution that you're part of, provided for the growth of this sector?
All right. So as most of us would already know, GIZ has a very wide portfolio and based on agreements between the government of Ghana and then the German government. But coming to the GBS sector, we have actually implemented some things through the special initiative, Decent Work for a Just Transition. The initiative actually focuses on creating very decent jobs with decent underlined. And this is an area where we see a very huge potential. Some studies have actually shown that there could be over 11,000 jobs generated every month in this sector, only here in Ghana. And so then we found it as an opportunity to go into this. Now, our support has been addressing two main issues so far. The first of it is the issue of skill set. So in the area of skill sets, I mean, there's generally the talk about industry, academia, bridging that gap and everything, which we've done quite a number of interventions in there. So together with our partners, Amalitech, eServices Africa, Concentrix and others, we've actually trained over 1,500 young graduates in this area, and hundreds of them have been employed by these companies that we work with. That's one part. And then the other part is the sector support initiatives. So in this sector, of course, it's really, really important to create the awareness there and then push the sector. And this is what we've done through various stakeholder engagements, which were started as far back as 2022 with different programs. And all of that is actually going to, I would say, culminate into the event that we'll have tomorrow, where we'll actually be outdooring the association that has been formed as a result of it, and then our action plan.
Amazing. So tomorrow is a double-barreled event where you're launching the BOSAG and you're also outdooring your action plan for Ghana. So let me come back to Kojo. Talk to me about the importance of tomorrow's forum and what it means for the growth of this interesting industry.
You know, I mean, every industry needs an advocate. That will sensitize those in power, because we need to be able to advocate the importance of this industry to the economic development of the country, hands down. And government can't do it by itself. It's the private sector association going to government and saying, these are the sort of enabling environment and interventions that you will need to be able to deliver on your own promise, because all the politicians are saying they want job creation. If there's any industry at all that can mop up graduate unemployment, this is it. This is it. And therefore we need to constantly be, and basically industry comes together, they advocate with government, hopefully develop partnerships within the ecosystem so that we can drive this agenda forward. Because Ghana has been a potential for GBS for a very long time. I think the stars are aligned.
Amazing.
And for the likes of Concentrics being in Ghana, and let's,
so they are a global company?
No. Concentric is probably the largest in the world.
Is it?
They're here.
Okay.
Okay.
He didn't say that. He was
that
just
is
modest.
Yeah, that is testimony to the fact that Ghana has arrived.
Wow.
But like you said, you don't know it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people in government know it, except for the likes of Free Zones Board that knows that this company is in there. But the point is this: the Concentrics of this world and the Ryans of this world are the ones who are going to carry the message to the world that this is a good place to find great talent.
And I guess the industry players will also help set standards, because usually what tends to happen is things grow organically, and then if we don't find a way of streamlining and making sure there are standards, then we begin to lose. So I guess you become the gatekeepers to ensure that there's a certain minimum requirement.
Absolutely, because if we don't set it, then and services degrade, we all suffer.
And you don't need to wait for the government to do this. You do it in partnership with the government.
We have to.
I was just going to ask a general question, just an interested listener. So how you were saying that the name has evolved because the kinds of things we do has evolved. Because as I said, the first time I heard of this was just call centers, but there's so many things happening. Give me a flavor of some of the possibilities in this GBS sector.
So if you look at the whole thing, GBS as a sector, and if you unpack it, you will find call center is only one.
Okay.
It's the front office.
Yeah.
It's customer experience, customer service. Back office, you can actually do accounting services for companies offshore. There's even legal process outsourcing where lawyers can sit in Ghana and actually write briefs.
Thank you.
Okay? It's already happening in other jurisdictions. So
we're just waiting for the next morning show host to do it for the people in Germany or something. I'll be hosting a show for them.
Well, the important thing is you have to then increase your German proficiency. That's going to be a challenge.
So once I get the training, who knows? No, I mean, this is really exciting. Yeah. So tomorrow's event is an industry event, I guess.
Yes.
So it's an industry event.
Well, we are birthing and showcasing, and obviously, although we are board members, we are really the initial board members, and we are inviting everybody in the industry, because some of them are not aware. We've reached out because every day there's somebody in free zones trying to get a license to come, and therefore, if they're listening, they're invited tomorrow at 10 o'clock at Labadi.
Bonus question to Eunice. Usually when I do programs like this, people call and say, oh, I heard there was some training that GIZ is doing or they've done before. I want to be part of the next batch. How do people get more information about what's happening? Is there going to be any more trainings in the future so people can get more understanding about the sector?
All right, so for whatever interventions that we run out, we usually would do it with partners. And there's always a competitive call for all of those that we do through our website, through our social media handles, as well as those of our partners. So if we should run any of those, once you just need to follow our website and social media handles, and
Wonderful.
then you'll be informed about it.
So this is the website of GIZ.
Yes.
I see.
And then our social media handles as well.
So I'm sure something at GIZ.
Yes.
Obviously.
So www.giz.de. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Eunice, for being on the show. Eunice is one of the key people at GIZ, Eunice Japan, component head for the special initiative Decent Work for a Just Transition. Kojo Afeji Hayford is a board member of the... Is this soon to be outdoored? Or you're already there? So soon to be outdoored BOSAG. BOSAG is already outdoored.
No, we're doing the formal launch.
Formal launch of BOSAG. And he's also CEO of E-Services Africa. Matthew Dakwa is a board member of the same BOSAG and director of operations at Amali Tech. And then Ryan Kilo is the country manager for the globally acclaimed leader in this space, Concentrics, and they all passed through this morning. So as Eunice said, go online, follow them, find out more. There's more on education when we come back, plus your comments. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
What happens when ancient days meet modernity? What happens when a goddess wakes up in an era of digital chaos? Witness the epic battle between the past and the present. Catch the intrigue and suspense in Amwanime's era, a brand new epic telenovela showing Mondays to Fridays on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and Go TV channel 102. Available on DSTV Access and Go TV Plus. Dial *759# to stay connected.
Dr. Baumian once said,
every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Next joke, please. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Now, if you're looking to elevate your career with globally recognized skills, 0800 Africa proudly presents the new Microsoft Skills for Jobs micro degree program in collaboration with Microsoft and KAMK University of Applied Sciences in Finland. Certifications include cloud and cybersecurity, power platforms, AI development, and digital marketing. Gain certified international job opportunities, study abroad options, online verification with a digital badge, plus local job prospects in Ghana. Don't miss this chance to advance your career. go to www.0800africa.com or email contact us at 0800africa.com or call 0302739000. That's 0302739000. To learn more, sign up today. Well, the Pledge Against Corruption campaign, Ghana Academy or Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GII ASAP initiative with funding support from the FCDO is hosting a public forum on anti-corruption and governance commitments of political parties ahead of the election to be held or to bring together key reps from political parties, academia, government, civil society and development partners to ensure anti-corruption reforms and transparency at the forefront of the political agenda towards the election. Now, this event is on Thursday, the 14th of November, Mevimik Hotel from 9:30 a.m. Come witness this important conversation about shaping a corruption-free Ghana. AGI, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Ghana Standards Authority, presents the 13th AGI Industry and Quality Awards on the theme Navigating the Uncertainties of Our Business Landscape to Sustain Productivity. Wednesday, 20th November, 6 p.m. Accra International Conference Center. Sponsors GOL and others. And for tickets, call 0244 499-101.
Now, if you're looking for reliable, uninterrupted electricity supply, look no further. Deep Solar Ghana has you covered. For only 58,000 Ghana cedis, you can go fully solar and enjoy independence from the grid. No more lights off or power fluctuations, just peace of mind and savings. Call us now, 059-549-4133. Visit deepsolarghana.com to learn more. Remember, your energy independence begins when you call Deep Solar. And if you're lying in bed after a long day, you're seeking comfort and relaxation, but you realize that your mattress sags beneath you, then there are shortcuts and compromises. Your comfort and well-being should never have been compromised, but at Latest Foam, we prioritize quality above all else. So step into our showroom, experience the difference for yourself. High-quality mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Call us on 0302 231 155 0302 008 499. Visit us online, latextfoamghana.com. Our showrooms are dotted around the country. We are happy to receive you when you come around.
Now, if you're looking for reliable, uninterrupted electricity supply, then you need to speak to the good people of Deep Solar for 58,000 cedis. You can go fully solar, go off the grid, and have peace of mind and save some money. Remember, your energy dependence begins when you call Deep Solar on 059-549-4113 or visit deepsolarghana.com to learn more. It's finally here. This is great news for all mothers. Your favorite Cerelac now comes in a variant with the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals. And all you need is just milk. Cerelac Care for Them. Count on us. This ad is FDA approved. Now, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you are working with Providence Insurance's reliable WhatsApp assistant called Obaya, you can buy, renew, and file claims anytime, anywhere for your vehicle. Just save Obaya's number 0242 426396. Send a hi, follow the prompts, and you're good to go. Obaya, baby, I'm Providence Insurance man. You are covered.
Well, we're going to continue with the discussion on education, but the Supreme Court has sat to deliver verdict on the case of interpretation regarding the 4 vacant seats. So unfortunately, we can't do that. We're able to speak to a few people, including Dr. Manibuama, but because of time, we would have to cross over now. One of the lawyers is on his feet. The Supreme Court is fully clad. So we're crossing over now to that court to hear more in the respect of that matter.